the Sailor by any chance?
Yeah, I could probably pick that up, or we'll get.
Okay.
All right. So, anyways, welcome. Setting up webinar for YouTube Live, and yes, we are now live on YouTube. Welcome. Hi, I'm Paul Sugarman, and this is the Instant Shakespeare Company. And today we're going to be reading The Tragedy of Othello, The Moor of Venice. I will be reading Rodrigo, and our playmaster is Jennifer Finger. So over to you, Jennifer.
I'm Jennifer Finger. Tonight I am reading the role of Iago as well as playmastering this production. Over to Andrew.
Hi, my name is Andrew Parks, and I'll be reading the parts of Cassio and possibly the Duke.
Darren.
Hi, I'm Darren Earl. I'm reading for Othello.
Hi, I'm Marie-Christine. I am reading for Senator One, First Gentleman, the Musician, and Bianca.
Hi, I'm Kitty Chen. I'm going to be reading Senator Two and Amelia.
And Hee-young?
Hi, my name is Hee-young, and I'll be playing Desdemona today.
Great. And although his camera is Ken, is your camera working or not?
No, it isn't. I tried a couple of times. I'll try again later. I'm Kenneth Wayne. I'm doing Brabantio, Montano, and Lodovico, and what else?
We'll see as we go along. We'll figure it out. We'll keep it going. But anyway, so here we have it then. And just a reminder, when you're in the scene, you have your camera on and your speaker on, and when you're not in the scene, you turn off your camera and mute yourself. So Jennifer, is there anything you want to say before we begin?
Okay. Let's take a 5-minute intermission at the close of Act 3.
Okay, great.
Okay, here we go. The Tragedy of Othello, The Moor of Venice. Act 1, Scene 1. Enter Rodrigo and Iago.
Kitty, could you stop your camera? Never tell me, I take it much unkindly that thou, Iago, who hast had my purse, and as if ye strings were thine, shouldst know of this.
But you'll not hear me. If ever I did dream of such a matter, abhor me.
Thou toldst me thou didst hold him in thy hate.
Despise me if I do not. 3 great ones of the city in personal suite to make me his lieutenant, off cap to him. And by the faith of man, I know my price. I am worth no worse a place. But he, as loving his own Eden purposes, evades them with a bombast circumstance, horribly stuffed with epithets of war. None suits my mediators. For certes, says he, I have already chose my officer. And what was he? Forsooth, a great arithmetician, one Michael Cassio, a Florentine, a fellow almost damned in a fair wife, that never set a squadron in the field, nor the division of a battle knows more than a spinster. Unless the bookish theoric, wherein the tongued counsels can propose as masterly as he. Mere prattle without practice is all his soldiership. But he, sir, had the election, and I, of whom his eyes had seen the proof at Rhodes, at Cyprus, and on others grounds christened and heathen, must be believed and calmed by debitor and creditor. This countercaster, he, in good time, must his lieutenant be, and I, bless the mark, his moorship's ancient.
By heaven, I rather would have been his hangman.
Why, there's no remedy. 'Tis a curse of service. Preferment goes by letter and affection, and not by old gradation where each second stood heir to the first. Now, sir, Bejudge yourself. Whether I, in any just term, am a fine to love the more?
I would not follow him then.
No, sir, content you. I follow him to serve my turn upon him. We cannot all be masters, nor all masters cannot be truly followed. You shall mark many a duteous and knee-crooking knave that, doting on his own obsequious bondage, wears out his time, much like his master's ass, for naught but provender, and when he's old, cashiered. Whip me such honest knaves. Others there are who, triumphed in forms and visages of duty, keep yet their hearts attending on themselves, and throwing but shows of service on their lords, do well thrive by them, and when they align their coats, do themselves homage. These fellows have some soul, and such a one do I profess myself. For, sir, it is as sure as you are Roderigo, were I the Moor, I would not be Iago. In following him, I but follow but myself. Heaven is my judge, not I for love and duty, but seeming so for my peculiar end. For when my outward action doth demonstrate the native act, and figure of my heart, and compliment extern, 'tis not long after, but I will wear my heart upon my sleeve for dogs to peck at. I am not what I am.
What a fall fortune does the thick lips owe if he can carry it thus?
Call up her father, rouse him, make after him, poison his delight, proclaim him in the streets, incense her kinsman, and though he in a fertile climate dwell, plague him with flies. Though that his joy be joy, yet throw such chances of vexation on it as it may lose some color.
Well, here is her father's house. I'll call aloud.
Do, with like timorous accent and dire yell, as when, by night and negligence, the fire is spied in populous cities.
What ho! What ho, Brabantio! Signor Brabantio! Ho!
Awake! What ho, Brabantio! Thieves! Thieves! Look to your house, your daughter, and your bags! Thieves! Thieves!
What is the reason of this terrible summons? What is the matter there?
Signor, is all your family within?
Are your doors locked?
Why, wherefore ask you this?
Sir, you are robbed. For shame, put on your gown. Your heart is burst. You have lost half your soul, even now, very now. An old black ram is tupping your white ewe. Arise, arise, awake the snorting citizens with the bell, or else the devil will make a grandsire of you. Arise, I say.
What, have you lost your wits?
Most reverend Signor, do you know my voice?
Not I, what are you?
My name is Roderigo.
The worse a welcome. I have charged thee not to haunt about my doors. In honest plainness thou hast heard me say my daughter is not for thee. And now in madness, being full of supper and distempering draughts, upon malicious knavery dost thou come to start my quiet.
Sir.
For thou must needs be sure my spirits and my place have in their power to make this bitter to thee.
Patience, good sir.
What tell'st thou me of robbing? This is Venice. My house is not a grange.
Most grave Brabantio, in simple and pure soul I come to you.
Sir, you are one of those that will not serve God if the devil bids you. Because we come to do you service, and you think we are ruffians, you'll have your daughter covered with a Barbary horse. You'll have your nephews neigh to you. You'll have coursers for cousins, and genets for germains.
What profane wretch art thou?
I am one, sir, that comes to tell you your daughter and the Moor are making the beast with two backs.
Thou art a villain.
You're a senator.
This thou shalt answer. I know thee, Roderigo.
Sir, I will answer anything, but I beseech you, if it be your pleasure and most wise consent, as partly I find it is, that your fair daughter, at this odd even and dull watch of the night, transported, with no worse nor better guard, but with a knave of common hire, a gondolier, to the gross clasps of a lascivious Moor. If this be known to you and your allowance, we then have done you bold and saucy wrongs. But if you know not this, my manners tell me we have your wrong rebuke. Do not believe that from the sense of all civility I would play and trifle with your reverence. Your daughter, if you have not given her leave, I say again, hath made a gross revolt, tying her duty, beauty, wit, and fortunes in an extravagant and wheeling stranger of here and everywhere. Straight, satisfy yourself. If she be in her chamber or your house, let loose on me the justice of the state for thus deluding you.
Strike on the tinder, ho! Give me a taper. Call up all my people. This accident is not unlike my dream. Belief of it oppresses me already. Light, I say, light!
Farewell, for I must leave you. It seems not meet nor wholesome to my place to be productive, as if I stay I shall, against the Moor. For I do know the state, however this may gall him with some check, cannot with safety cast him. For he's embarked with such loud reason to the Cyprus wars, which even now stands in act, that for their souls and another of his fathom they have none to lead their business. In which regard, though I do hate him as I do hell opines, yet for necessity of present life I must show out a flag, and sign of love, which is indeed but sign, that you shall surely find him lead the Sagittary the raised search, and there will I be with him. So farewell.
It is too true and evil. Gone she is, and what's to come of my despised time is naught but bitterness. Now, Roderigo, where didst thou see her? Oh, unhappy girl, with the Moor, sayest thou? Who would be a father? How didst thou know 'twas she? Oh, she deceives me past thought. What said she to you? Get more tapers, raise all my kindred. Are they married, think you?
Truly, I think they are.
Oh, heaven! How got she out? Oh, treason of the blood! Fathers from hence, trust not your daughters' minds by what you see them act. Is there not charms by which the property of youth and maidhood may be abused? Have you not read, Roderigo, of some such thing?
Yes, sir, I have indeed.
Call up my brother. Oh, would you had had her, some one way, some another. Do you know where we may apprehend her in the Moor?
I think I can discover him, if you please. Get good guard and go along with me.
Pray you lead on. At every house I'll call, I may command at most. Get weapons, ho, and raise some special officers of might. On, good Roderigo, I will deserve your pains.
Exeunt Scena Secunda, enter Othello, Iago, attendants with torches. Though in the trade of war I have slain men, yet do I hold it very stuff of the conscience to do no contrived murder. I lack iniquity sometime to do me service. 9 or 10 times I have thought to have yerked him here under the ribs.
'Tis better as it is.
Nay, but he prated, and spoke such scurvy and provoking terms against your honor, that with the little godliness I have, I did full hard forbear him. But I pray you, sir, are you fast married? Be assured of this, that the Magnifico is much beloved, and hath in his effort a voice potential as double as the Duke's. He will divorce you, or put upon you what restraint or grievance the law, with all his might to enforce it on, will give him cable.
Let him do his spite. My services, which I have done the Signor, shall out-tongue his complaints. 'Tis yet to know, which when I know, that boasting is an honor I shall promulgate. I fetch my life and being from men of royal siege, and my demerits may speak unbonneted to as proud a fortune as this that I have reached. For know, Iago, but that I love the gentle Desdemona, I would not my unhoused free condition put into circumscription, and confine for the sea's worth. But look, what lights come yond?
Enter Cassio with torches. Those are the raised father and his friends. You had best go in.
Not I. I must be found. My parts, my title, and my perfect soul shall manifest me rightly. Is it they?
By Janus, I think no.
The servants of the Duke, and my lieutenant. The goodness of the night upon you, my friends. What is the news?
The Duke does greet you, and he requires your post-haste appearance, even on the instant.
What is the matter, think you?
Something from Cyprus, as I may divine. It is a business of some heat. The galleys have sent a dozen sequent messengers this very night at one another's heels, and many of the consuls, raised and met, are at the Duke's already. You have been hotly called for. When being not at your lodging to be found, the Senate hath sent about 3 several quests to search you out.
'Tis well I am found by you. I will but spend a word here in the house and go with you.
Ancient, what makes he here?
Faith, he tonight hath boarded a land character. If proved lawful prize, he's made forever.
I do not understand.
He's married.
To who?
Married to come. Captain, will you go?
Have with you.
Here comes another troop to seek for you.
Enter Brabantio, Rodrigo with officers and torches. It is Brabantio. General, be advised, he comes to bad intent.
Allah, stand there.
Signor, it is the Moor.
Down with him, thief!
You, Rodrigo? Come, sir, I am for you.
Keep up your bright swords, for the Jew will rust them. Good signor, you shall more command with years than with your weapons.
Oh, thou foul thief! Where hast thou stowed my daughter? Damned as thou art, thou hast enchanted her. For I'll refer me to all things of sense if she in chains of magic were not bound, whether a maid so tender, fair, and happy, so opposite to marriage that she shuns the wealthy curled darlings of our nation, would ever have to incur a general mock, run from her guardage to the sooty bosom of such a thing as thou, to fear, not to delight. Judge me the world, if 'tis not gross in sense, that thou hast practiced on her with foul charms, abused her delicate youth with drugs or minerals that weakens motion. I'll have it disputed on. 'Tis probable and palpable to thinking. I therefore apprehend and do attach thee for an abuser of the world, a practicer of arts inhibited and out of warrant. Lay hold upon him. If he do resist, subdue him at his peril.
Hold your hands, both you of my inclining and the rest. Were it my cue to fight, I should have known it without a prompter. Whither will you go? Well, whither will you that I go to answer this your charge?
To prison, till fit time of law and course of direct session call thee to answer.
What if do obey? How may the Duke be therewith satisfied, whose messengers are here about my side upon some present business of the state to bring me to him?
True.
'Tis true, most worthy signor. The Dukes in council and your noble self, I am sure, is sent for. How? The Duke in council? In this time of the night? Bring him away. Mine's not an idle cause. The Duke himself or any of my brothers of the state cannot but feel this wrong as 'twere their own. For if such actions may have passage free, bond slaves and pagans shall our statesmen be.
Everyone. Senatorship, enter Duke, senators, and officers.
There's no composition in this news that gives them credit.
Indeed, they are disproportionated. My letters say 107 galleys.
And mine 140.
And mine 200. But though they jump not on a just account, as in these cases where the aim reports 'tis oft with difference, Yet do they all confirm a Turkish fleet and bearing up to Cyprus?
Nay, it is possible enough to judgment. I do not so secure me in the error, but the main article I do approve in fearful sense.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Enter sailor.
A messenger from the galleys.
Now, what's the business?
The Turkish preparation makes for Rhodes. So as I've been report here to the state by Signor Angelo.
How say you by this charge?
This cannot be. By no assay of reason, 'tis a pagan to keep us in false glaze, when we consider the importance of Cyprus to the Turk, and let ourselves again but understand that as it more concern the Turk than Rhodes, so may he with more facile question bear it, for that it stands not in such a warlike brace, but altogether lacks the ability that Rhodes is dressed in. If we make proof of this, we must not think the Turk is so unskillful to leave that latest which concerns him first, neglecting an attempt of his, and gain to wake and wage a danger profitless.
Nay, in all confidence, he's not for Rhodes.
Here is more news.
Enter a messenger.
The Ottomites, reverend and gracious, steering with due course toward the Isle of Rhodes, have there enjointed them with an after fleet.
Aye, so I thought. How many, as you guess?
Of 30 sail, and now they do restem their backward course, bearing with frank appearance their purposes towards Cyprus. Signor Montano, your trusty and most valiant servitor, with his free duty recommends you thus, and prays you to believe him.
'Tis certain then for Cyprus. Marcus Lucius, is not he in town?
Is now in Florence.
Write from us to him. Post haste dispatch.
Here comes Brambantio and the valiant Moor.
Enter Brabantio, Othello, Cassio, Iago, Roderigo, and officers.
Valiant Othello, we must straight employ you against the general enemy Ottoman. I did not see you. Welcome, gentle Signor. We lacked your counsel and your help tonight.
So did I yours. Good your grace pardon me. Neither my place nor aught I heard of business hath raised me from my bed, nor doth the general care take hold on me, for my particular grief is of so floodgate and o'erbearing nature that it engluts and swallows other sorrows, and it is still itself.
Why? What's the matter?
My daughter, oh, my daughter.
Dead?
Aye, to me. She is abused, stolen from me, and corrupted by spells and medicines bought of mountebanks. For nature so preposterously to err, being not deficient, blind, or lame of sense, sans witchcraft could not.
Whoe'er he be, that in this foul proceeding hath thus beguiled your daughter of herself, and you of her, the bloody book of law you shall yourself read in the bitter letter after your own sense. Yea, though our proper son stood in your action.
Humbly I thank your grace. Here is the man, this Moor, whom now it seems your special mandate for the state affairs hath hither brought.
We are very sorry for it.
What in your own part can you say to this?
Nothing but this is so.
Most potent, grave, and reverend signors, my very noble and approved good masters, that I have ta'en away this old man's daughter, it is most true. True, I have married her. The very head and front of my offending hath this extent no more. Rude am I in my speech, and little blessed with the soft phrase of peace, for since these arms of mine had 7 years' pith, till now, some 9 moons wasted, they have used their dearest action in the tented field. And little of this great world can I speak, more than pertains to feats of broils and battle, and therefore little shall I grace my cause in speaking for myself. Yet, by your gracious patience, I will a round, unvarnished tale you deliver of my whole course of love, what drugs, what charms, what conjuration, and what mighty magic, for such proceeding I am charged withal I won his daughter.
A maiden never bold, of spirit so still and quiet that her motion blushed at herself, and she, in spite of nature, of years, of country, credit, everything, to fall in love with what she feared to look on. It is a judgment maimed and most imperfect, that will confess perfection so could err against all rules of nature, and must be driven to find out practices of cunning hell why this should be. I therefore vouch again, that with some mixtures powerful o'er the blood, or with some dram conjured to this effect, he wrought upon her. To vouch this is no proof, without more wider and more over test than these thin habits and poor likelihoods of modern seeming do prefer against him.
But
But Othello, speak. Did you by indirect and forced courses subdued and poisoned this young maid's affections? Or came it by request, and such fair question as soul to soul affordeth?
I do beseech you, send for the lady to the sanctuary, and let her speak of me before her father. If you do find me foul, and here port the trust, the office I do hold of you, not onely take away, but let your sentence even fall upon my life.
Fetch Desdemona hither.
Ancient, conduct them. You best know the place. And tell she come as truly as to heaven. I do confess the vices of my blood, so justly to your grave ears I'll present how I did thrive in this fair lady's love, and she in mine.
Say it, Othello.
Her father loved me, oft invited me, still questioned me the story of my life from year to year, the battle, sieges, fortunes that I have passed. I ran it through even from my boyish days to the very moment that he bade me tell it, wherein I spoke of most disastrous chances, of moving accidents by flood and field, of hairbreadth escapes in the imminent deadly breach, of being taken by the insolent foe and sold to slavery, of my redemption thence, and portents in my traveller's history, wherein the answers vast and deserts idle, rough quarries, rocks, hills, whose heads touch heaven, it was my hint to speak. Such was my process, and in the cannibals that each others eat, the anthrophage, and men whose heads grew beneath their shoulders, these things to hear would Desdemona seriously incline. But still the house affairs which draw her hence, which ever as she could with haste dispatch, she'll come again, and with a greedy ear devour up my discourse, which I, observing, took once a pliant hour, and found good means to draw her from her prayer of earnest heart, that I would all my pilgrimage dilate, whereof by parcels she had something heard, but not instinctively. I did consent, and often did beguile her of her tears, when I did speak of some distressful stroke that my youth suffered. My story being done, she gave me for my pains a world of kisses. She swore, in faith, 'twas strange, 'twas passing strange, 'twas pitiful, 'twas wondrous pitiful. She wished she had not heard it, and yet she wished that heaven had made her such a man. She thanked me and bade me, if I had a friend that loved her, I should but teach him how to tell my story, and that would woo her. Upon this hint I spake. She loved me for the dangers I had passed, and I loved her that she did pity them. This only is the witchcraft I have used. Here comes the lady. Let her witness it.
Enter Desdemona, Iago, attendants.
I think this tale would win my daughter too. Good Brabantio, take up this mangled matter at the best. Men do their broken weapons rather use than their bare hands.
I pray you hear her speak. If she confess that she was half the wooer, destruction on my head if my bad blame light on the man. Come hither, gentle mistress. Do you perceive in all this noble company where most you owe obedience?
My noble father, I do perceive here a divided duty. To you, I am bound for life and education. My life and education both do learn me how to respect you. You are the lord of duty. I am here hitherto your daughter, but here's my husband, and so much duty as my mother should. To you, preferring you before her father, so much I challenge that I may profess you to the more, my lord.
God be with you. I have done. Please it your grace, unto the state affairs, I had rather to adopt a child than get it. Come hither, Moor. I here do give thee that with all my heart, which but thou hast already, with all my heart I would keep from thee. For your sake, Jewel, I am glad at soul I have no other child, for thy escape would teach me tyranny to hang clogs on them. I have done, my lord.
Let me speak like yourself, and lay a sentence which as a grise or step may help these lovers. When remedies are past, the griefs are ended by seeing the worst which late on hopes depended. To mourn a mischief that is past and gone is the next way to draw new mischief on. What cannot be preserved when fortune takes, patience her injury a mockery makes. The rob that smiles steals something from the thief. He robs himself that spends a bootless grief.
So let the Turk of Cyprus us beguile. We lose it not so long as we can smile. He bears the sentence well that nothing bears but the free comfort which from thence he hears. But he bears both the sentence and the sorrow that to pay grief must of poor patience borrow. These sentences to sugar or to gall, being strong on both sides, are equivocal. But words are words. I never yet did hear that the bruised heart was pierced through the ears. I humbly beseech you, proceed to the affairs of state.
The Turk, with a most mighty preparation, makes for Cyprus. Othello, the fortitude of the place is best known to you. And though we have there a substitute of most allowed sufficiency, yet opinion, a more sovereign mistress of effects, throws a more safer voice on you. You must therefore be content to slubber the gloss of your new fortunes with this more stubborn and boisterous expedition.
The tyrant custom, most grave senators, hath made the flinty and steel coat of war my thrice-driven bed of down. I do agonize, a natural and prompt a la carte, I find in hardness, and do undertake this present wars against the Ottomites. Most humbly, therefore, bending to your state, I crave fit disposition for my wife, due reference of place and exhibition, with such accommodation and besort as levels with her breeding.
Why, at her father's.
I will not have it so.
Nor I.
Nor would I there reside, to put my father in impatient thoughts by being in his eye. Most gracious Duke, to my unfolding, lend your prosperous ear, and let me find a charter in your voice, assist my simpleness.
What would you, Desdemona?
That I love the more to live with him, my downright violence and storm of fortunes may trumpet to the world. My heart subdued even to the very quality of my lord. I saw Othello's visage in his mind, and to his honors and his valiant parts did I my soul and fortunes consecrate, so that, dear lords, if I be left behind a moth of peace, he go to the war, the rights for why I love him are bereft me, and I a heavy interim shall support by his dear absence. Let me go with him.
Let her have your voice. Vouch with me, heaven, I therefore beg it not to please the palate of my appetite, nor to comply with heat the young effects in my defunct and proper satisfaction, but to be free and bounteous to her mind, and heaven defend your good souls, that you think I with your series and great business scant when she is with me. No, when light-winged toys of feathered Cupid seal with wanton dullness my speculative and officed instrument, that my disports corrupt and taint my business. Let housewives make a skillet of my helm, and all and base adversities make head against my estimation.
Be it as you shall privately determine, either for her stay or going. The affair cries haste, and speed must answer it.
You must away tonight.
With all my heart.
At 9 in the morning, here we'll meet again. Othello, leave some officer behind, and he shall our commission bring to you, and such things else of quality and respect as doth import you.
So please your grace, my ancient, a man he is of honesty and trust, to his conveyance I assign my wife, with what else needful your grace shall think to be sent after me.
Let it be so. Good night to every one. And, noble signor, if virtue no delighted beauty lack, your son-in-law is far more fair than black.
Adieu, brave Moor. Use Desdemona well.
Look to her more, if thou hast eyes to see. She has deceived her father, and may thee.
My life upon her faith. Honest Iago, my Desdemona must I leave to thee. I prithee, let thy wife attend on her, and bring them after in the best advantage. Come, Desdemona, I have but an hour of love, of worldly matter and direction to spend with thee. We must obey the time.
Exit.
Iago,
What sayest thou, noble heart?
what will I do, thinkst thou?
I go to bed and sleep.
I will incontinently drown myself.
If thou dost, I shall never love thee after. Why, thou silly gentleman?
It is silliness to live when to live is torment. And then have we a prescription to die when death is our physician.
Oh, villainous. I have looked upon the world for 4 times 7 years, and since I could distinguish betwixt a benefit and an injury, I never found man that knew how to love himself. Ere I would say I would drown myself for the love of a guinea hen, I would change my humanity with a baboon.
What should I do? It aim to be so fond, but it is not in my virtue to amend it.
Virtue? A fig. 'Tis in ourselves that we are thus or thus. Our bodies are our gardens, to the which our wills are gardeners. So that if we will plant nettles or sow lettuce, set hyssop and weed up thyme, supply it with one gender of herbs or distract it with many, either to have it sterile with idleness or manured with industry. Well, the power and incorrigible authority of this lies in our wills. If the brain of our lives have not one scale of reason to poise another of sensuality, the blood and baseness of our natures will conduct us to most preposterous conclusions. But we have reason to cool our raging motions, our carnal stings, or unbidden lusts. Where if I take this that you call love to be a sect or saying,
It cannot be.
it is merely a lust of the blood and a permission of the will. Come, be a man. Drown thyself? Drown cats and blind puppies. I profess me thy friend, and I confess me knit to thy deserving with cables of perdurable toughness. I could never better steed thee than now. Put money in thy purse. Follow thou the wars, defeat thy favor with a usurped beard. I say, put money in thy purse. It cannot be long that Desdemona should continue her love to the Moor. Put money in thy purse. Nor he his to her. It was a violent commencement in her, and thou shalt see an answerable sequestration. Put but money in thy purse. These Moors are changeable in their wills. Fill thy purse with money. The food that to him now is as luscious as locusts shall be to him shortly as bitter as coloquintida. She must change for youth. When she is sated with his body, she will find the errors of her choice. Therefore, put money in thy purse. If thou wilt needs damn thyself, do it a more delicate way than drowning. Make all the money thou canst. If sanctimony and a frail vow betwixt an erring barbarian and super subtle Venetian be not too hard for my wits and all the tribe of hell, thou shalt enjoy her. Therefore make money. Pox on drowning thyself. It is clean out of the way. Seek thou rather to be hanged in compassing thy joy than to be drowned and go without her.
Will thou be fast to my hopes if I depend on the issue?
Thou art sure of me. Go make money. I have told thee often, and I retell thee again and again, I hate the Moor. My cause is hardened. Thine hath no less reason. Let us be conjunctive in our revenge against him. If thou canst cuckold him, thou dost thyself a pleasure, me a sport. There are many events in the womb of time which will be delivered. Traverse, go, provide thy money. We will have more of this tomorrow. Adieu.
Where shall we meet in the morning?
At my lodging?
I'll be with thee betimes.
Go to, farewell. You hear, Rodrigo?
I'll sell all my land.
Exit. Thus do I ever make my fool my purse. For I mine own gain knowledge, profane, I fly would time expend with such snipe. But for my sport and profit, I hate the Moor. And it is thought abroad that twixt my sheets she has done my office. I know not if it be true, but I, for mere suspicion in that kind, will do, as if for surety. He holds me well, the better shall my purpose work on him. Cassio's a proper man. Let me see now. To get his place and to plume up my will in double knavery. How? Let's see. After some time, to abuse Othello's ears that he is too familiar with his wife. He hath a person and a smooth disposed to be suspected, framed to make women false. The Moor is of a free and open nature that thinks men honest, that but seem to be so, and will as tenderly be led by the nose as asses are. I have it. It is engendered. Hell and night must bring this monstrous birth to the world's light. Acta secunda, scena prima. Enter Montano and two gentlemen.
I'm sorry, what page?
34.
34.
Okay. What from the Cape can you discern at sea?
Nothing at all. It is a high-wrought flood. I cannot twixt the heaven and the men descry a sail.
Methinks the wind hath spoke aloud at land, a fuller blast ne'er shook our battlements. If it hath ruffianed so upon the sea, what ribs of oak when mountains melt on them can hold the morties? What shall we hear of this?
A segregation of the Turkish fleet, for two but stand upon the foaming shore. The chillen billows seem to pelt the clouds. The wind shakes surge with high and monstrous men, seems to cast water on the burning bear, and quench the guards of 12 fixed pole. I never did like molestation view on the ancient flood.
If that the Turkish fleet be not unsheltered and in bay they are drowned, it is impossible to bear it out.
News, lads! Our wars are done! The desperate tempest hath so banged the Turks that their disassignment, a noble ship of Venice, hath seen a grievous wrack and sufferance on most part of their fleet.
How is this true?
The ship is here put in. In Veronessa, Michael Cassio, lieutenant of the warlike Moor Othello, is come on shore, the Moor himself at sea, and is in full commission here for Cyprus.
I am glad on't is a worthy governor.
But this same Cassio, though he speak of comfort touching the Turkish loss, yet he looks sadly, and pray the Moor be safe, for they were parted with foul and violent tempest.
Pray heavens he be, for I have served him and the man commands like a full soldier. Let's to the seaside, ho, as well to see the vessel that's come in as to throw out our eyes for brave Othello, even till we make the main and the aerial blue an indistinct regard.
Come, let's do so, for every minute is expectancy of more arrivancy.
Enter Cassio.
Thanks you, the valiant of the warlike isle, that so approve the Moor. Oh, let the heavens give him defence against the elements, for I have lost him on a dangerous sea.
Is he well shipped?
His bark is stoutly timbered, and his pilot of very expert and approved allowance. Therefore my hopes, not surfeited to death, stand in bold cure.
A sail!
sail!
A sail! A sail!
What noise?
The town is empty. On the broad sea stand ranks of people, and they cry, "A sail!"
Ah, my hopes do shape him for the governor.
They do discharge their shot of courtesy, our friend at last.
I pray you, sir, go forth, and give us truth who 'tis that is arrived.
I shall.
But, good lieutenant, is your general wived?
Most fortunately, he hath achieved a maid that paragons description and wild fame, one that excels the quirks of blazoning pens, and in the essential vesture of creation does tire the ingenitor. How now? Who has put in?
This one, Lago, ancient to the general.
Has had most favorable and happy speed. Tempests themselves, high seas and howling winds, the guttered rocks and congregated sands, traders and steeped to unclog the guiltless keel, as having sense of beauty, to omit their mortal natures, letting go safely by the divine Desdemona.
What is she?
She that I spake of, our great captain's captain, left in the conduct of the bold Iago, whose footing here anticipates our thoughts, a sennight speed. Great Jove, Othello guard, and swell his sail with thine own powerful breath, that he may bless this bay with his tall ship, make love's quick pants in Desdemona's arms, give renewed fire to our extincted spirits.
Enter Desdemona, Iago, Roderigo, and Emilia.
Oh, behold! The riches of the ship is come on shore. You men of Cyprus, let her have your knees. Hail to thee, lady, and the grace of heaven before, behind thee, and on every hand, and wheel thee round.
I thank you, valiant Cassio. What tidings can you tell of my lord?
He is not yet arrived, nor know I aught but that he's well, and will be shortly here.
Oh, but I fear how lost your company.
The great contention of sea and skies parted our fellowship. But hark!
A sail! A sail!
Sail.
Sail. They give this greeting to the citadel. This likewise is a friend.
See for the news. Good ancient, you are welcome. Welcome, mistress. Let it not gall your patience, good Iago, that I extend my manners. 'Tis my breeding that gives me this bold show of courtesy.
Sir, would she give you so much of her lips as of her tongue she oft bestows on me? You would have enough.
Alas, she has no speech.
In faith, too much. I find it still when I have leave to sleep. Marry, before your ladyship, I grant, she puts her tongue a little in her heart and chides with thinking.
You have little cause to say so.
Come on, come on. You are pictures out of door, bells in your parlors, wildcats in your kitchens, saints in your injuries, devils being offended, players in your huswifery and huswives in your beds.
How fie upon thee, slanderer!
Nay, it is true, or else I am a Turk. You rise to play and go to bed to work.
You shall not write my praise.
No, let me not.
What was right of me if thou shouldst praise me?
O gentle lady, do not put me to it, for I am nothing if not critical.
Come on, Osei, there is one gone to the harbor?
Ay, madam.
I am not merry, but I do beguile that the thing I am by seeming otherwise. Come, how wouldst thou praise me?
I am about it. But indeed my invention comes from my pate as birdlime does from frieze. It plucks out brains and all. But my muse labors, and thus she is delivered. If she be fair and wise, fairness and wit, the one's for use, the other useth it.
Well prized, how if she be black and witty?
Now she be black, and thereto have a wit, she'll find a white that shall her blackness fit.
Worse and worse.
How if fair and foolish?
She never yet was foolish that was fair, for even her folly helped her to an heir.
These are old-worn paradoxes to make fools laugh. If Allah house, what miserable praise hast thou for her that's foul and foolish?
There's none so foul and foolish thereunto, but those foul pranks which fair and wise ones do.
Oh, have ignorance, thou praisest the worst best, but what praise couldst thou bestow on a deserving woman indeed? One that is in the authority of her merit did justly put on the vouch of very malice itself.
That was ever fair and never proud, had tongue at will, and yet was never loud, never lacked gold, and yet went never gay, fled from her wish, and yet said, Now I may. She that being angered, revenge being nigh, bade her wrong stay and her displeasure fly. She that in wisdom never was so frail to change the cod's head for the salmon's tail. She that could think and never disclose her mind, see suitors following and not look behind. She was a wight, if ever such wights were,
To do what?
to suckle fools and chronicle small beer.
Oh, most lame and important conclusion. Do not learn of him, Amelia, though he be thy husband. How say you, Cassio, is not he not a most profane and liberal counselor?
He speaks home, madam. You may relish him more in the soldier than in the scholar.
Takes her by the palm. Ay, well said, whisper. With as little a web as this, will I ensnare as great a fly as Cassio. And smile upon her, do. I will give thee in thine own courtship. You say true, 'tis so indeed. Such tricks as these strip you out of your lieutenantry. It'd have been better you had not kissed her 3 fingers so oft, which now again you are most apt to display the sir in. Very good. Well kissed, an excellent courtesy. Is so indeed. Yet again your fingers to your lips? Would they were cluster pipes for your sake. The more I know his trumpet.
'Tis truly so.
Let's meet him and receive him.
Lo, where he comes.
Enter Othello in attendance.
Oh, my fair warrior,
My dear Othello,
it gives me wonder great as my content to see you here before me. Oh, my soul's joy, if after every tempest come such calms, may the winds blow till they have wakened death, and let the labored bark climb hills of seas Olympus high, and duck again as low as hells from heaven. If it were now to die, 'twere now to be most happy. For I fear my soul hath her content so absolute that not another comfort like to this succeeds an unknown fate.
the heavens forbid, but that our loves and comforts should increase even as our days to grow.
Amen to that. Sweet powers, I cannot speak enough of this content. It stops me here. It is too much of joy, and this is the greatest discords be that e'er our hearts shall make.
Oh, you are well tuned now. But I'll set down the pegs and make this music, as honest as I am.
Come, let us to the castle. News, friends, our wars are done. The Turks are drowned. How does my old acquaintance of this isle? Honey, you shall be well desired in Cyprus. I have found great love amongst them. Oh, my sweet, I prattle out of fashion, and I dote in mine own comforts. I prithee, good Iago, go to the bay and disembark my coffers. Bring thou the master of the citadel, he is a good one, and his worthiness does challenge much respect. Come, Desdemona, once more, well met at Cyprus.
Exit Othello and Desdemona. Do thou meet me presently at the harbor. Come thither. If thou beest valiant, as they say base men being in love have then a nobility in their natures, more than is native to them, list me. The lieutenant tonight watches on the court of guard. First, I must tell thee this. Desdemona is directly in love with him.
With him? Why, 'tis not possible.
Lay thy finger thus, and let thy soul be instructed. Mark me with what violence she first loved the Moor, but for bragging and telling her fantastical lies, to love him still for prating. Let not thy discreet heart think it, her eye must be fed. And what delight shall she have to look on the devil? When the blood is made dull with the act of sport, there should be a game to inflame it, and to give satiety a fresh appetite. Loveliness and favor, sympathy in years, manners, and beauties, all which the Moor is defective in. Now, for one of these required conveniences, her delicate tenderness will find itself abused, begin to heave the gorge, disrelish, and abhor the Moor. Very nature will instruct her in it, and compel her to some second choice. Now, sir, this granted, as it is a most pregnant and unforced position, who stands so eminent in the degree of this fortune as Cassio does, a knave very voluble, no further conscionable than in putting on the mere form of civil and humane seeming for the better compass of his salt and most hidden loose affection? Why none? Why none? A slipper and subtle knave, a finder of occasion. Now he's an eye can stamp and counterfeit advantages, a true advantage never present itself. A devilish knave. Besides, the knave is handsome, young, and hath all those requisites in him that folly and green minds looked after. A pestilent, complete knave, and the woman have found him already.
I cannot believe that in her. She's full of most blessed condition.
Less fig's end. The wine she drinks is made of grapes. If she had been blessed, she would have never have loved the Moor. Less pudding. Dost thou not see her paddle with the palm of his hand? Didst thou not mark that?
Yes, that I did, but that was but courtesy.
Lechery by this hand, an index, an obscure prologue to the history of lust and foul thoughts. They met so near with their lips that their breasts embraced together. Villainous thoughts, Rodrigo, when these mutabilities so marshaled away, hard at hand comes the master, and main exercise, the corporate conclusion. Pish! But, sir, be you ruled by me. I have brought you from Venice. Watch it tonight. For the command, I'll lay it upon you. Yep, Cassio knows you not. I'll not be far from you. You find some occasion to anger Cassio, either by speaking too loud or tainting his discipline, or from what other course you please, which the time shall more favorably minister.
Well,
Sir, he's rash, and very sudden in choler, and happily may strike at you, provoke him that he may. For even out of that will I cause these of Cyprus to mutiny. This qualification shall come into no true taste again, but by the displanting of Cassio. So shall you have a shorter journey to your desires, by the means I shall then have to prefer them, and the impediment most profitably removed, without the which there were no expectation of our prosperity.
I will do this if you can bring it to any opportunity.
I warrant thee, Meet me by and by at the citadel. I must fetch his necessaries ashore. Farewell.
Adieu.
Exit. That Cassio loves her, I do well believe it. That she loves him, 'tis apt, and of great credit. The more, albeit that I endure him not, it is of a constant, loving, noble nature, and I dare think will prove to Desdemona a most dear husband. Now I do love her too, not out of absolute lust, though peradventure I stand incompetent for as great a sin, but partly led to diet my revenge. For that I do suspect the lusty Moor hath leaped into my seat, the thought whereof doth, like a poisonous mineral, gnaw my innards, and nothing can or shall content my soul till I am even with him, wife for wife. Or failing so, yet that I put the Moor at least into a jealousy so strong that judgment cannot cure. Which thing to do? This poor trash of Venice, when my trades for his quick hunting stand the putting on, I'll have our Michael Cassio on the head, abuse him to the Moor in the right garb, for I leave fear Cassio with my nightcap too. Make the Moor thank me, love me, and reward me for making him egregiously an ass and practicing upon his peace and quiet even to madness. 'Tis here, but yet confused. Knavery's plain face is never seen till used. Scena secunda. Enter Othello's herald with a proclamation.
It is Othello's pleasure, our noble and valiant general, that upon certain tidings now arrived importing the mere perdition of the Turkish fleet, every man put himself into triumph, some to dance, some to make bonfires, each man to what sport and revels his edition leads him. For besides these beneficial news, it is the celebration of his nuptial. So much was his pleasure should be proclaimed. All offices are open, and there is full liberty of feasting from this present hour of 5 till the bell have tolled 11. Bless the Isle of Cyprus and our noble general Othello!
Exit. Enter Othello, Desdemona, Cassio, and attendants.
Good Michael, look you to the guard tonight. Let's teach ourselves that honorable stop not to outsport discretion.
Iago hath direction what to do, but notwithstanding with my personal eye will I look to it.
Iago is most honest. Michael, good night. Tomorrow with your earliest let me have speech with you. Come, my dear love, the purchase made, the fruits are to ensue. That profit's yet to come between me and you. Good night.
Exit. Enter Iago.
Welcome, Iago. We must to the watch.
Not this hour, Lieutenant. 'Tis not yet 10 o'clock. Our general cast us thus early for the love of his Desdemona, who, let us not therefore blame, he hath not yet made wanton the night with her, and she is sport for Jove.
She's a most exquisite lady.
And I'll warrant her full of game.
Indeed, she's a most fresh and delicate creature.
What an eye she has? Methinks it sounds a parley to provocation.
An inviting eye, and yet methinks right modest.
And when she speaks, is it not an alarm to love?
She is indeed perfection.
Well, happiness to their sheets. Come, Lieutenant, I have a stop of wine, and here without are a brace of Cyprus gallants that would fain have a measure to the health of Black Othello.
Not tonight, good Iago. I have very poor and unhappy brains for drinking. I could well wish courtesy would invent some other custom of entertainment.
Oh, there are our friends, but 1 cup. I'll drink for you.
I have drunk but 1 cup tonight, and that was craftily qualified too, and behold what innovation it makes here. I am unfortunate in the infirmity, and dare not task my weakness with any more.
What, man? 'Tis a night of revels, the gallants desire it.
Where are they?
Here at the door. I pray you call them in.
I'll do it, but it dislikes me.
Exit. If I can fasten but one cup upon him with that which he has drunk tonight already, he'll be as full of quarrel and offense as my young mistress' dog. Now my sick fool Roderigo, whom love hath turned almost the wrong side out, to Desdemona hath tonight caroused. Potations paddle deep, and he's to watch. 3 else of Cyprus, noble swelling spirits, that hold their honors in a wary distance, the very elements of this warlike isle, have I tonight flustered with flowing cups, and they watch too. Now amongst this flock of drunkards am I put to our Cassio in some action that may offend the isle. But here they come. Enter Cassio, Montano, and gentlemen. If consequence do but approve my dream, my boat sails freely, both with wind and stream.
For heaven, they have given me a rouse already.
Good faithful little one, not past a pint as I am a soldier.
Some wine, ho! And let me the cannikin clink, clink, and let me the cannikin clink. A soldier's a man. Oh, man's life's but a span. Why then let a soldier drink. Some wine, boys!
For heaven, an excellent song.
I learned it in England, where indeed they are most potent in potting. Your Dane, your German, and your swag-bellied Hollander, drink ho, are nothing to your English.
Is your Englishman so exquisite in his drink?
Why, he drinks you with facility, your Dane dead drunk. He sweats not to overthrow your Almain. He gives your Hollander a vomit ere the next paddle can be filled.
To the health of our general.
I am for it, Lieutenant, and I'll do you justice.
Oh, sweet England! King Stephen was a worthy peer. His breeches cost him but a crown. He held them 6 pence, all to dear. But that he called the tailor Lown, who's a wight of high renown, and thou art but of low degree. 'Tis pride that pulls the country down, and take thy old cloak about thee. Some wine, ho!
Why, this is a more exquisite song than the other.
Will you hear it again?
No, for I hold him to be unworthy of his place that does those things. Well, heavens above all, and there be souls must be saved, and there be souls must not be saved.
It's true, good lieutenant.
For mine own part, no offense to the general, nor any man of quality, I hope be saved.
And so do I too, lieutenant.
Aye, but by your leave, not before me. The lieutenant, is to be saved before the ancient. Let's have no more of this. Let's to our affairs. Forgive us our sins. Gentlemen, let's look to our business. Do not think, gentlemen, I am drunk. This is my ancient, this is my left hand, and this is my right. I am not drunk now. I can stand well enough. I speak well enough.
Excellent well.
Why, very well, then. You must not think, then, that I am drunk.
Exit.
To the platform, masters, come. Let's set the watch.
You see this fellow that has gone before? He's a soldier, fit to stand by Caesar and give direction. And do but see his vice. 'Tis to his virtue a just equinox, the one as long as the other. 'Tis pity of him. I fear the trust Othello puts him in, on some odd time of his infirmity, will shake this island.
But is he often thus?
'Tis evermore the prologue to his sleep. He'll watch the horlog a double set, if drink rock not his cradle.
It were well the general were put in mind of it. Perhaps he sees it not, or his good nature prizes the virtue that appears in Cassio and looks not on his evils. Is not this true?
Enter Rodrigo. How now, Rodrigo? I pray you after the lieutenant. Go.
And 'tis great pity that the noble Moor should hazard such a place as his own second, with one of an ingraft infirmity. It were an honest action to say so to the Moor.
Not I for this fair island. I do love Cassio well. I would do much to cure him of this evil. But hark, what noise? Enter Cassio pursuing Rodrigo.
You rogue, you rascal!
What's the matter, Lieutenant?
A knave teach me my duty. I'll beat the knave into a twig and bottle.
Beat me?
Dost thou prate, rogue?
Nay, good lieutenant, I pray you, sir, hold your hand.
Let me go, sir. I'll knock you all the mazzard.
Come, come. You're drunk.
Drunk?
Away, I say. Go out and cry a mutiny. Nay, good lieutenant. Alas, gentlemen, help ho! Lieutenant, Sir Montano, help, masters! Here's a goodly watch indeed. Who's that which rings the bell? Diablo, ho! The town will rise. Fie, lieutenant. You'll be shamed forever. Enter Othello and attendants.
What is the matter here?
I bleed still. I am hurt to the death. He dies!
Hold for your lives.
Hold ho! Lieutenant, Sir Montano, gentlemen, have you forgot all place of sense and duty? Hold! The general speaks to you. Hold for shame.
Why, how now? Ho! From whence ariseth this? Are we turned Turks, and to ourselves do that which heaven hath forbid the Ottomites? For Christian shame put by this barbarous brawl. He that stirs next to carve for his own rage holds his soul light. He dies upon this motion. Silence that dreadful bell, it frightens the isle from her propriety. What is the matter, masters? Honest Iago, that looks dead with grieving, speak, who began this? On thy love I charge thee.
I do not know. Friends all, but now, even now, in quarter and in terms like bride and groom, divesting them for bed. And then, but now, as if some planet had unwitted men, swords out and tilting one at other's breasts in opposition bloody. I cannot speak any beginning to this peevish odds, and would, in action glorious, I had lost those legs that brought me to a part of it.
How comes it, Michael, you are thus forgot?
I pray you pardon me. I cannot speak.
Worthy Montano, you were wont to be civil. The gravity and stillness of your youth the world hath noted, and your name is great in the mouths of wisest censure. What's the matter that you unlace your reputation thus, and spend your rich opinion for the name of a night brawler? Give me answer to it.
Worthy Othello, I am hurt to danger. Your officer Iago can inform you, while I spare speech, with which something now offends me, of all that I do know, nor know I aught by me that said or done amiss this night, unless self-charity be sometimes a vice, and to defend ourselves it be a sin when violence assails us.
Now by heaven, my blood begins my safer guides to rule, and passion, having my best judgment collided, essays to lead the way. If I once stir, or do but lift this arm, the best of you shall sink in my rebuke. Give me to know how this foul rout began, who set it on, and he that is approved in this offence, though he that twinned with me both at a birth shall lose me. What in a town of war, yet wild, the people's hearts brimful of fear, to manage private and domestic quarrel, in night and on the court the guard of safety? This 'tis monstrous, Iago, who began't?
If partially affined or league in office thou dost deliver more or less than truth, thou art no soldier.
Touch me not so near. I had rather have this tongue cut from my mouth than it should do offense to Michael Cassio. Yet I persuade myself to speak the truth, shall nothing wrong him. This it is, General. Montano and myself being in speech, there comes a fellow crying out for help, and Cassio following him with determined sword to execute upon him. Sir, this gentleman steps into Cassio and entreats his pause. Myself, the crying fellow did pursue, least by his clamor, as it so fell out, the town might fall in fright. He, swift of foot, outran my purpose. And I returned then rather for that I heard the clink and fall of swords and Cassio high an oath, which till tonight I ne'er might say before. When I came back, for this was brief, I found them close together a blow and thrust, even as again they were when you yourself did part them. More of this matter cannot I report, but men are men. The best sometimes forget, though Cassio did some little wrong to him, as men in rage strike those that wish them best. Yet surely Cassio, I believe, received from him that fled some strange indignity, with which patience could not pass.
I know, Iago, thy honesty and love doth mince this matter, making it light to Cassio. Cassio, I love thee, but never more the officer of mine.
Enter Desdemona attended.
Look, if my gentle love be not raised up, I'll make thee an example.
What is the matter, dear?
All's well, sweeting. Come away to bed. Sir, for your hurts, myself will be your surgeon. Lead him off. Iago, look with care about the town, and silence those whom this vile brawl distracted. Come, Desdemona, 'tis the soldier's life to have their balmy slumbers waked with strife.
Exit. What are you hurt, Lieutenant?
I past all surgery.
Marry, heaven forbid.
Reputation, reputation, reputation. Oh, I have lost my reputation. I have lost the immortal part of myself, and what remains is bestial. My reputation, Jacob, my reputation.
As I am an honest man, I had thought you had received some bodily wound. There is more sense in that than in reputation. Reputation is an idol, and most false in position, oft got without merit, and lost without deserving. You have lost no reputation at all, unless you repute yourself such a loser. What, man, there are more ways to recover the general again. You are but now cast in his mood, punishment more in policy than in malice. Even so, as one would beat his offenseless dog than to affright an imperious lion. Sue to him again, and he's yours.
I will rather sue to be despised than to deceive so good a commander with so slight, so drunken, and so indiscreet an officer. Drunk, and speak parrot, and squabble, swagger, swear, and discourse fustian with one's own shadow. O thou invisible spirit of wine, if thou hast no name to be known by, let us call thee devil.
What was he that you followed with your sword? What had he done to you?
I know not.
Is it possible?
I remember a mass of things, but nothing distinctly. A quarrel, but nothing wherefore. Oh, that men should put an enemy in their mouths, just steal away their brains, that we should with joy, pleasance, revel, and applause transform ourselves into beasts.
Why? But you are now well enough. How came you thus recovered?
It hath pleased the devil drunkenness to give place to the devil wrath. One unperfectness shows me another to make me frankly despise myself.
You are too severe a moraler. As the time, the place, and the condition of this country stands, I could heartily wish this had not befallen. But since it is, as it is, mend it for your own good.
I will ask him for my place again. He shall tell me I am a drunkard. Had I as many mouths as Hydra, such an answer would stop them all. To be now a sensible man, by and by a fool, and presently a beast. Oh, strange! Every inordinate cup is unblessed, and the ingredient is a devil.
Come. Good wine is a good familiar creature, if it be well used. Exclaim no more against it. And good lieutenant, you think I love you.
I have well approved it, sir. I drunk?
You or any man living may be drunk at a time, man. And tell you what you should do. Our general's wife is now the general. I may say so in this respect, for that he has devoted and given up himself to the contemplation, Mark, and devotement of her parts and graces. Confess yourself freely to her. Importune her health to put you in your place again. She is of so free, so kind, so apt, so blessed a disposition, she holds it a vice in her goodness not to do more than she has requested. This broken joint between you and her husband entreat her to splinter. And my fortunes against any lay worth naming, this crack of your love shall go stronger than it was before.
You advise me well.
I protest in the sincerity of love and honest kindness.
I think it freely. And betimes in the morning, I will beseech the virtuous Desdemona to undertake for me. I am desperate of my fortunes if they check me.
You are in the right. Good night, Lieutenant. I must to the watch.
Good night, honest Iago.
Exit Cassio. And what's he then that says I play the villain? When this advice is free, I give, and honest, probable thinking, and indeed the course to win the Moor again. For 'tis most easy to the inclining Desdemona to subdue in any honest suit. She's framed as fruitful as the free elements. And then for her to win the Moor, were to renounce his baptism, all seals and symbols of redeemed sin. His soul is so enfettered to her love that she may make, unmake, do what she list, even as her appetite shall play the god with his weak function. How am I then a villain to counsel Cassio to this parallel course directly to his good? Divinity of hell, when devils will the blackest sins put on, they do suggest at first with heavenly shows, as I do now. For whilst this honest fool plies Desdemona to repair his fortune, and she for him pleads strongly to the Moor, I'll power this pestilence into his ear, that she repeals him for her body's lust, and by how much she strives to do him good, she shall undo her credit with the Moor. So will I turn her virtue into pitch, and out of her own goodness make the net that shall enmesh them all. How now, Roderigo? Enter Roderigo.
I do follow here in the chase, not like a hound that hunts, but one that fills up the cry. My money is almost spent. I have been tonight exceedingly well cudgeled, and I think the issue will be I shall have so much experience for my pains, and so with no money at all and a little more wit, return again to Venice.
How poor are they that have not patience? What wound did ever heal but by degrees? Thou knowest we work by wit and not by witchcraft. The wit depends on dilatory time. Does not go well? Cassio hath beaten thee, and thou by that small hurt hath cashiered Cassio. Though other things grow fair against the sun, yet fruits that blossom first will first be ripe. Content thyself a while. In trust 'tis morning. Pleasure and action make the hour seem short. Retire thee. Go where thou art billeted. Away, I say, thou shalt no more hereafter. Nay, get thee gone. Exit Roderigo. Two things are to be done. My wife must move for Cassio to her mistress. I'll set her on myself a while to draw the Moor apart, and bring him jump when he may Cassio find soliciting his wife. Aye, that's the way. Dull not device by coldness and delay. Exit. Actus tertius, scena prima, enter Cassio, musicians, and clown.
Masters, play here. I will content your pains. Something that's brief, and bid good morrow, General.
Why, masters, have your instruments been in Naples that they speak in the nose thus?
Ah, sir, how?
Are these, I pray you, wind instruments?
I marry are they, sir?
Oh, thereby hangs a tale.
Whereby hangs the tale, sir?
Marry, sir, by many a wind instrument that I know. But, masters, here's money for you, and the general so likes your music that he desires you, for love's sake, to make no more noise with it.
Sir, we will not.
If you have any music that may not be heard, to it again. But, as they say, to hear music, the general does not greatly care.
We have not such, sir.
Then put up your pipes in your bag, for I'll away go, vanish into air, away!
Dost thou hear me, mine honest friend?
I know, I hear not your honest friend, I hear you.
Prithee, keep up thy quillets. There's a poor piece of gold for thee. If the gentlewoman that attends the general be stirring, tell her there's one Cassio entreats her a little favour of speech. Wilt thou do this?
Oh, she is stirring, sir. If she will stir hither, I shall seem to notify unto her.
Exit clown, enter Iago.
In happy time, Iago.
You have not been abed then?
Why, no. The day had broke before we parted.
Oh.
I have made bold, Iago, to send in to your wife. My suit to her is that she will to virtuous Desdemona procure me some access.
I'll send her to you presently. And I'll devise a means to draw the Moor out of the way, that your converse and business may be more free.
I humbly thank you for it. I never knew a Florentine more kind and honest.
Enter Amelia.
Good morrow, good lieutenant. I am sorry for your displeasure, but all will sure be well. The general and his wife are talking of it, and she speaks for you stoutly. The Moor replies that he you hurt is of great fame in Cyprus and great affinity, and that in wholesome wisdom he might not but refuse you. But he protests he loves you and knows no other suitor, but his liking is to bring you in again.
Yet I beseech you, if you think fit, or that it may be done, give me advantage of some brief discourse with Desdemona alone.
Pray you come in. I will bestow you where you shall have time to speak your bosom freely.
I am much bound to you.
Scena secunda, enter Othello, Iago, and gentlemen.
These letters give Iago to the pilot, and by him do my duties to the Senate. That done, I will be walking on the works. Repair there to me.
Well, my good lord, I'll do it.
This fortification, gentlemen, shall we see it?
Well, wait upon your lordship.
Exeunt. Scena tertia, enter Desdemona, Cassio, and Amelia.
Be thou assured, good Cassio, I will do all my abilities in thy behalf.
Good madam, do. I warrant it grieves my husband as if the cause were his.
Oh, that's an honest fellow. Do not doubt Cassio, but I will have my lord and you again as friendly as you are.
Bounteous madam, whatever shall become of Michael Cassio, he's never anything but your true servant.
I know it. I thank you. You do love my lord. You have known him long, and be you well assured, he shall in strangeness stand no farther off than in a politic distance.
Ay, but lady, that policy may either last so long, or feed upon such nice and waterish diet, or breed itself so out of circumstances, that I being absent, and my place supplied, my general will forget my love and service.
Do not doubt that before Amelia here I give thee warrant of thy place. Assure thee, if I do vow a friendship, I'll perform it. To the last article, my lord shall never rest. I'll watch him tame and talk him out of patience. His bed shall seem a school, his sport of shrift. I'll intermingle everything he does. With Cassio's wit, therefore be merry, Cassio, for thy solicitor shall rather die than give thy cause away.
Enter Othello and Iago.
Madam, here comes my lord.
Madam, I'll take my leave.
Why, stay and hear me speak.
Madam, not now. I am very ill at ease, unfit for mine own purposes.
Well, to your discretion.
Exit Cassio. Ha! I like not that.
What dost thou say?
Nothing, my lord. Or if I know not what.
Was not that Cassio that parted from my wife?
Cassio, my lord? No, sure. I cannot think it that he would steal away so guilty-like, seeing your coming.
I do believe 'twas he.
How now, my lord? I have been talking with a suitor here, a man that languishes in your displeasure.
Who is't, you mean?
Why, your Lieutenant Cassio, good my lord. If I have any grace or power to move you, his present reconciliation take. For if he be not one that truly loves you, that errs in ignorance and not in cunning, I have no judgment in an honest face. I pry thee call him back.
20 hence now.
My sooth so humbled that he has left part of his grief with me to suffer with him. Good love, call him back.
Not now, sweet Desdemona, some other time.
But shall it be shortly?
The sooner, sweet, for you.
Shall it be tonight at supper?
Oh, not tonight.
Tomorrow dinner then?
I shall not dine at home. I meet the captains at the citadel.
Why then tomorrow night, on Tuesday morning, or on Tuesday noon or night, or Wednesday morning, I pry thee name the time, but let it not exceed 3 days. In faith, these penitents, and yet his trespass in our common reason, save that they say the wars must take example, out of her best is not almost a fault. To incur a private check, when shall it come? Tell me, Othello, I wonder in my soul, what would you ask me that I should deny or stand so murmuring on? What Michael Cassio that came a wooing with you, and so many a time when I have spoke of you dispraisingly, hath ta'en your part to have so much to do to bring him in? Trust me, I could do much.
Prithee, no more. Let him come when he will. I will deny thee nothing.
Why, this is not a boon. This as I should entreat you wear your gloves, or feed on nourishing dishes, or keep you warm, or suit to you to the peculiar profit to your own person. Nay, when I have a suit wherein I mean to touch your love indeed, it shall be a full of poise and difficult weight, and fearful to be granted.
I will deny thee nothing. Whereon I do beseech thee, grant me this, to leave me but a little to myself.
Shall I deny you? No, farewell, my lord.
Farewell, my Desdemona. I'll come to thee straight.
Malia, come, be as your fancies teach you. Whate'er you be, I'm obedient.
Exit.
Excellent, wretch. Perdition catch my soul, but I do love thee. And when I love thee not, chaos is come again.
My noble lord,
What dost thou say, Iago?
did Michael Cassio, when he wooed my lady, know of your love?
He did, from first to last. Why dost thou ask?
But for the satisfaction of my thought, no further harm.
Why of thy thought, Iago?
I did not think he had been acquainted with her.
Oh, yes, and went between us very oft.
Indeed.
Indeed, aye, indeed. Discerns thou aught in that? Is he not honest?
Honest, my lord?
Honest, aye, honest.
My lord, for aught I know.
What dost thou think?
Think, my lord?
Think, my lord? Alas, thou echoest me, as if there were some monster in thy thought too hideous to be shown. Thou dost mean something. I heard thee say even now, thou likest not that when Cassio left my wife. What didst not like? And when I told thee he was of my counsel, of my whole course of wooing, thou criedst, indeed, and didst contract and purse thy brow together as if thou then hadst shut up in thy brain some horrible conceit. If thou dost love me, show me thy thought.
My lord, you know I love you.
I think thou dost, and for I know thou art full of love and honesty, and waste thy words before thou givest them breath, therefore these stops of thine fright me the more. For such things in false disloyal knave are tricks of custom, but in a man that's just, they're close dilations working from the heart that passion cannot rule.
For Michael Cassio, I dare be sworn, I think that he is honest.
I think so too.
Men should be what they seem, or those that be not, what they might seem none.
Certain. Men should be what they seem.
But then I think Cassio's an honest man.
Nay, yet there's more in this. I prithee speak to me as to thy thinkings, as thou dost ruminate, and give thy worst of thoughts to the worst of words.
Good my lord, pardon me. Though I am bound to every act of duty, I am not bound to that. All slaves are free. What are my thoughts? Why say they are vile and false? 'Cause where's that palace, whereunto foul things sometimes intrude not? Who has that breast so pure, wherein uncleanly apprehensions keep leets and law days, and in sessions sit with meditations lawful?
Thou dost conspire against thy friend Iago if thou but think'st him wronged, and mak'st his ear a stranger to thy thoughts.
I do beseech you, though I perchance am vicious in my guess, as I confess it is my nature's plague to spy into abuses, and of my jealousy shapes false that are not, that your wisdom from one that so imperfectly conceits would take no notice, nor build yourself a trouble out of his scattering and unsure observance. It were not for your quiet, nor your good, nor for my manhood, honesty, and wisdom to let you know my thoughts.
What dost thou mean?
Good name in man and woman, dear my lord, is the immediate jewel of their souls. Who steals my purse steals trash. 'Tis something, nothing. 'Twas mine, 'tis his, and has been slave to thousands. But he that filches from me my good name robs me of that which not enriches him and makes me poor indeed.
I'll know thy thoughts.
You cannot, if my heart were in your hand, nor shall not, whilst 'tis my custody.
Ha!
Oh, beware, my lord, of jealousy. It is the green-eyed monster, which doth mock the meat it feeds on. That cuckold lives in bliss, who, certain of his fate, loves not his wronger. But oh, what damned minutes tells he o'er, who dotes yet doubts, suspects yet soundly loves.
Oh, misery.
Poor and content is rich, and rich enough, but riches fineless is as poor as winter to him that ever fears he shall be poor. Good heaven, the souls of all my tribe defend from jealousy.
Why? Why is this? Think'st thou I'll make a life of jealousy? To follow still the changes of the moon with fresh suspicions? No. To be once in doubt is to be resolved. Exchange me for a goat, when I shall turn the business of my soul to such excufflicate and blowed surmises matching thy interference. 'Tis not to make me jealous to say my wife is fair, feeds well, loves company, is free of speech, sings, plays, and dances. Where virtue is, there these are more virtues. Nor from mine own weak merits will I draw the smallest fear or doubt of her revolt, for she had eyes and chose me. No, Iago, I'll see before I doubt. When I doubt, prove, and on the proof there is no more but this. Away at once with love or jealousy.
I'm glad of this. For now I shall have reason to show the love and duty that I bear you with franker spirit. Therefore, as I am bound, receive it from me. I speak not yet of proof. Look to your wife, observe her well with Cassio, wear your eyes thus, not jealous nor secure. I would not have your free and noble nature out of self-bounty be abused. Look to it. I know our country disposition well. In Venice, they do let heaven see the pranks they dare not show their husbands. Their best conscience is not to leave it undone, but kept unknown.
Dost thou say so?
She did deceive her father, marrying you, and when she seemed to shake and fear your looks, she loved them most.
And so she did.
Why go to then? She that so young could give out such a seeming to seal her father's eyes up, flows as oak, he thought 'twas witchcraft. But I am much to blame. I humbly do beseech you of your pardon for too much loving you.
I am bound to thee forever.
I see this hath a little dashed your spirits.
Not a jot, not a jot.
Trust me, I fear it has. I hope you will consider what is spoke comes from your love. But I do see you are moved. I am to pray you not to strain my speech to grosser issues, more to larger reach than to suspicion.
I will not.
Should you do so, my lord, my speech should fall into such vile success, which my thoughts aim not. Cassio is my worthy friend. My lord, I see you are moved.
No, not much moved. I do not think but Desdemona's honest.
Long live she so, and long live you to think so.
And yet how nature erring from itself.
Aye, there's the point. As, to be bold with you, not to affect many proposed matches of her own clime, complexion, and degree, whereto we see in all things nature tends. Foe, when my smell in such a will most rank, foul disproportions, thoughts unnatural. But, pardon me, I do not in position distinctly speak of her, though I may fear her will, recoiling to her better judgment, may fall to match you with her country forms, may happily repent.
Farewell, farewell. If more thou dost perceive, let me know more. Set on thy wife to observe. Leave me, Iago.
My lord, I take that leave.
Why did I marry? This honest creature doubtless sees and knows more, much more than he unfolds.
My lord, I would and might entreat your honor to scan this thing no farther. Leave it to time, although 'tis fit that Cassio have his place. For sure he fills it up with great ability. Yet if you please, to him off a while. You shall by that perceive him in his means. Note, if your lady strain his entertainment with any strong or vehement importunity, much will be seen in that. In the meantime, let me be thought too busy in my fears, as worthy cause I have to fear I am, and hold her free, I do beseech your honor.
Fear not my government.
I once more take my leave.
This fellow's of exceeding honesty, and knows all quantities with a learned spirit of human dealings. If I do prove her haggard, though that her jesses were my dear heartstrings, I'll whistle her off, and let her down the wind to prey at fortune. Happily, for I am black, and have not those soft parts of conversation that chambers have, or for I am declined into the wale of years, yet that's not much she's gone. I am abused, and my relief must be to loathe her. Oh, curse of marriage, that we can call these delicate creatures ours, and not their appetites. I'd rather be a toad, and live upon the vapor of a dungeon, than keep a corner in the thing I love for others' uses. Yet 'tis the plague to great ones prerogatived, are they less than the base, that 'tis destiny unshunnable, like death. Even then, this forked plague is fated to us when we do quicken. Look where she comes. If she be false, heaven mock itself. I'll not believed.
Enter Desdemona and Amelia.
Now, my dear Othello, your dinner and the generous islanders by you invited to attend your presence.
I am to blame.
Why do you speak so faintly? Are you not well?
I have a pain upon my forehead here.
Why, that's with watching. 'Twill away again. Let me but bind it hard. Within this hour it will be well.
Your napkin is too little. Let it alone. Come, I'll go in with you.
I'm very sorry that you are not well.
I'm glad I have found this napkin. This was her first remembrance from the moor. My wayward husband hath 100 times wooed me to steal it, but she so loves the token for he conjured her she should ever keep it, that she reserves it evermore about her, to kiss and talk to. I'll have the work ta'en out and give it Iago. What he will do with it, heaven knows, not I. I nothing but to please his fantasy.
How now? What do you hear alone?
Do not you chide. I have a thing for you.
You have a thing for me? It is a common thing
Huh?
to have a foolish wife.
Oh, is that all? What will you give me now for that same handkerchief?
What handkerchief?
What handkerchief? Why, that the Moor first gave to Desdemona, that which so often you did bid me steal.
Hast stolen it from her?
No, but she let it drop by negligence, and to the advantage I being here took it up. Look, here 'tis.
A good wench. Give it me.
What will you do with it, that you have been so earnest to have me filch it?
Why, what is that to you?
If it be not for some purpose of import, give it me again. Poor lady shall run mad when she shall lack it.
Be not a noun on it. I have use for it. Go, leave me. Exit Amelia. I will in Cassio's lodging loose this napkin, and let him find it. Trifles light as air are to the jealous, confirmations strong as proofs of holy writ. This may do something. The war already changes with my poison. Dangerous conceits are in their nature's poisons, which at the first are scarce found to distaste, but with a little act upon the blood, burn like the mines of sulphur. I did say so. Enter Othello. Look where he comes. Not poppy, nor mandragora, nor all the drowsy syrups of the world shall ever medicine thee to that sweet sleep which thou owest yesterday.
False to me.
Why, how now, General? No more of that.
Avaunt, begone. Thou hast set me on the rack. I swear 'tis better to be much abused than but to know a little.
How now, my lord?
What sense had I in her stolen hours of lust? I saw it not, thought it not, it harmed not me. I slept the next night well, fed well, was free and merry. I found not Cassio's kisses on her lips. He that is robbed, not wanting what is stolen, let him not know it. And he's not robbed at all.
I'm sorry to hear this.
I had been happy if the general camp, pioneers, and all had tasted her sweet body, so I had nothing known. Oh, now forever farewell the tranquil mind, farewell content, farewell the plumed troops and big wars that make ambition virtue. Oh, farewell, farewell the neighing steed and the shrill trump, the spirit-stirring drum, the ear-piercing fife, the royal banner, and all the quality, pride, pomp, and circumstance of glorious war. And oh, you mortal engines, whose rude throats the immortal Jove's dread clamors counterfeit farewell. Othello's occupation's gone.
Is it possible, my lord?
Villain, be sure thou'lt prove my love a whore. Be sure of it. Give me the ocular proof, or by the worth of mine eternal soul, thou hadst been better have been born a dog than answer my waked wrath.
Does it come to this?
Make me to seat, or at the least so prove it that the probation bear no hinge nor loop to hang a doubt on, or woe upon my life.
My noble lord.
If thou dost slander her and torture me, never pray more. Abandon all remorse, and on horror's head horrors accumulate. Do deeds to make heaven weep, all earth amazed, for nothing canst thou to damnation add greater than that.
Oh, grace. Oh, heaven, forgive me. Are you a man? Have you a soul or sense? God by you. Take mine office. Oh, wretched fool, thou lovest to make thine honesty a vice. Oh, monstrous world. Take note. Take note, O world, to be direct and honest is not safe. Well, thank you for this profit. And from hence I'll love no friend Sith love breeds such offense.
Stay. Thou shouldst be honest.
It should be wise. For honesty's a fool, and loses that it works for.
By the world, I think my wife be honest, and think she is not. I think that thou art just, and think thou art not. I'll have some proof. My name, that was as fresh as Dian's visage, is now begrimed and black as mine own face. If there be cords or knives, poison or fire, or suffocation streams, I'll not endure it. Would I were satisfied!
I see you are eaten up with passion. I do repent me that I put it to you. You will be satisfied?
Would, nay, and I will.
And may. But how? How satisfied, my lord? Would you, the supervision, grossly gape on? Behold her topped?
Death and damnation, oh!
It were a tedious difficulty, I think, to bring them to that prospect. Damn them, then, if ever mortal eyes do see them bolster more than their own. What then? How then? What shall I say? Where's satisfaction? It is impossible you should see this. Were they prime as goats, as hot as monkeys, as salt as wolves in pride, and fools as gross as ignorance made drunk? But yet I say, if imputation and strong circumstances which lead directly to the door of truth will give you satisfaction, you may have it.
Give me a living reason she's disloyal.
I do not like the office, but sithen I entered in this cause so far, pricked to it by foolish honesty and love, I will go on. I lay with Cassio lately, and being troubled with a raging tooth, I could not sleep. There are a kind of men that so loose of soul that in their sleeps will mutter their affairs. One of this kind is Cassio. In sleep, I heard him say, "Sweet Desdemona, to let us be weary. Let us hide our loves, and then, sir, would he gripe and wring my hand. Cry, O sweet creature, then kiss me hard, as if he plucked up kisses by the roots that grew upon my lips, laid his leg o'er my thigh, and sigh, and kiss, and then cry, cursed fate that gave thee to the Moor."
Oh, monstrous, monstrous!
Nay, this was but his dream.
But this denoted a foregone conclusion. 'Tis a shrewd doubt, though it be but a dream.
And this may help to thicken other proofs that do demonstrate thinly.
I'll tear her all to pieces.
Nay, if you'll be wise. This, we see nothing done. She may be honest yet. Tell me but this. Have you not sometimes seen a handkerchief spotted with strawberries in your wife's hand?
I gave her such a one. 'Twas my first gift.
I know not that. But such a handkerchief, I'm sure it was your wife's. Did I today see Cassio wipe his beard with?
If it be that.
If it be that, or any, it was hers. It speaks against her with the other proofs.
Oh, that the slave had 40,000 lives. One is too poor, too weak for my revenge. Now do I see 'tis true. Look here, Iago. All my fond love thus do I blow to heaven. 'Tis gone. Arise, black vengeance, from the hollow hell. Yield up, O love, thy crown and hearted throne to tyrannous hate. Swell, bosom, with thy fraught, for 'tis aspic's tongues.
Yet be content.
Oh, blood, blood, blood!
Patience, say I. Your mind may change.
Ever, Iago. Like to the Pontic sea, whose icy current and compulsive course never keeps retiring ebb, but keeps due on the Propontic and Helen's point. Even so my bloody thoughts with violent pace shall ne'er look back, ne'er ebb to humble love, till that a capable and wide revenge swallow them up. Now, by yond marble heaven, in the due reverence of a sacred vow, I here engage my words.
Do not rise yet. Witness, you ever burning lights above, you elements that clip us round about. Witness that here Iago doth give up the execution of his wit, hands, heart, to wrong Othello's service. Let him command, and to obey shall be in me remorse, what bloody business ever.
I greet thy love, not with vain thanks, but with acceptance bounteous, and will upon the instant put thee to it. Within these 3 days let me hear thee say that Cassio's not alive.
My friend is dead. 'Tis done at your request. But let her live.
Damn her, lewd minx! Oh, damn her, damn her! Come, go with me apart. I will withdraw to furnish me with some swift means of death for the fair devil. Now art thou my lieutenant.
I am your own forever. Exeunt. Scena quarta, enter Desdemona, Emilia, and Clown.
Do you know, Sirrah, where Lieutenant Cassio lies?
I dare not say he lies anywhere.
Why, man?
Well, he's a soldier, and for me to say a soldier lies, 'tis stabbing.
Go to, where lodges he?
To tell you where he lodges is to tell you where I lie.
Can anything be made of this?
I know not where he lodges, and for me to devise a lodging and say he lies there or he lies there were to lie in my own throat.
Can you inquire him out and be edified by reports?
I will catechize the world for him, that is, make questions and by them answer.
Seek him, bid him come hither, tell him I have moved my lord on his behalf, and hope all be well.
To do this is within the compass of man's wit, and therefore I will attempt the doing it.
Where should I lose a handkerchief, Amelia?
I know not, madam.
Believe me, I had rather have lost my purse full of cruzados, and but my novel more is true of mine and made of no such baseness as jealous creatures are, is war enough to put him to ill thinking.
Is he not jealous?
Who? He? I think the son where he was born drew all such humors from him.
Look, where he comes.
Enter Othello.
I will not leave him now till Cassio be called to him. What is it with you, my lord?
Well, my good lady, oh hardness to dissemble, how do you, Desdemona?
Well, my good lord.
Give me your hand. This hand is moist, my lady.
It has felt no age, nor known no sorrow.
This argues fruitfulness and liberal heart. Hot, hot and moist, this hand of yours requires a sequester from liberty, fasting and prayer, much castigation, exercise devout, for here's a young and sweating devil here that commonly rebels. 'Tis a good hand, frank one.
You may indeed say so, for 'twas that hand that gave away my heart.
A liberal hand. The hearts of old gave hands, but our new heraldry is hands, not hearts.
I cannot speak of this. Come, now your promise.
What promise, Chuck?
I have sent to bid Cassio to come speak with you.
I have a salt and sorry rheum offends me. Lend me thy handkerchief.
Here, my lord.
That which I gave you?
I have it not about me.
Not.
No, indeed, my lord.
That's a fault. That handkerchief did an Egyptian to my mother give. She was a charmer and could almost read the thoughts of people. She told her, while she kept it, 'twould make her amiable and subdue my father entirely to her love. But if she lost it or made a gift of it, my father's eye should hold her loathed, and his spirits should hunt after new fancies. She dying gave it me, and bid me, when my fate would have me wived, to give it her. I did so, and take heed on't, make it a darling, like your precious eye. To lose't or give it way were such perdition as nothing else could match.
Is it possible?
'Tis true. There's magic in the web of it, a sibyl that had numbered in the world the sun to course, 200 compasses, in her prophetic fury sowed the work. The worms were hallowed that did breed the silk, and it was dyed in mummy, which the skilful conserved of maiden hearts.
Indeed, is it true?
Most veritable, therefore look to it well.
Then would to heaven that I had never seen it.
Huh, wherefore?
Why do you speak so startlingly and rash?
It's lost, it's gone, speak, is it out of the way?
Bless us.
Say you.
It is not lost, but what and if it were?
How?
I say it is not lost.
Fetched, let me see't.
Why so I can, but oh not now. This is a trick to put me from my suit. Pray you let Cassio be received again.
Fetch me the handkerchief my mind misgives.
Come, you will never meet a more sufficient man.
The handkerchief.
A man that all his time has founded his good fortunes on your love, sure dangers with you.
The handkerchief.
In sooth, you are to blame.
Away.
Is not this man jealous?
Othello.
I never saw this before. Sure, there is some wonder in this handkerchief. I am most unhappy in the loss of it.
Tis not a year or two shows us a man. They are all but stomachs, and we all but food. They eat us hungrily, and when they are full, they belch us.
Enter Iago and Cassio.
Look you, Cassio, and my husband.
There's no other way. 'Tis she must do it. And lo, the happiness. Go and importune her.
Oh, now, good Cassio, what's the news with you?
Andrew?
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble. What was the page again?
102.
One oh.
102.
Okay, sorry. Madam, my former suit, I do beseech you that by your virtuous means I may again exist and be a member of his love, whom I, with all the office of my heart, entirely honor. I would not be delayed. If my offense be of such mortal kind, that nor my service past, nor present sorrows, nor purposed merit in futurity can ransom me into his love again, but to know so must be my benefit. So shall I clothe me in a forced content, and shut myself up in some other course to fortune's alms.
Alas, thrice gentle Cassio, my advocation is not now in tune. My lord is not my lord, nor should I know him. Were he in favor as in humor altered, so help me every spirit sanctified, as I have spoken for you all my best, and stood within the blank of his displeasure for my free speech, you must a while be patient. What I can do, I will, and more I will than for myself I dare. Let that suffice you.
Is my lord angry?
He went hence, but now, and certainly in a strange unquietness.
Can he be angry? I have seen the cannon when it hath blown his ranks into the air, and like the devil from his very arm puffed his own brother. And is he angry? Something of moment then. I will go meet him. There's matter in it indeed if he be angry. Exit.
I pry thee do so. Something sure of state, either from Venice or some unhatched practice made demonstrable here in Cyprus to him, hath puddled his clear spirit, and is, in such cases, men's natures wrangle with inferior things. The great ones are their object, this even so. For let our finger ache, and it induce our other healthful members even to a sense of pain. Nay, we must think men are not gods, nor of them look for such observances. And as feet the bridle, beshew me much, Amelia, I was unhandsome warrior as I am, arranging his unkindness with my soul, but now I find I had suborned the witness, and he indicted falsely.
Pray heaven it be, state matters as you think, and no conception, nor no jealous toy concerning you.
Last the day, I never gave in cause.
But jealous souls will not be answered so. They are not ever jealous for the cause, but jealous for their jealous. It is a monster begot upon itself, born on itself.
Heaven keep the monster from Othello's mind.
Lady, amen.
Oh, go seek him. Cassio, walk here about. If I do find him fit, I'll move your suite and seek to afford it to my uttermost.
I humbly thank your
That's it.
ladyship.
Enter Bianca.
Save you, friend Cassio.
What make you from home? How is it with you, my most fair Bianca? Indeed, sweet love, I was coming to your house.
And I was going to your lodging, Cassio. What? Keep a week away? 7 days and nights? 8 hours? And lover absent hours? More tedious than the dial, 80 times. Oh, weary reckoning.
Pardon me, Bianca. I have this while with leaden thoughts been pressed, but I shall in a more continuate time strike off this score of absence. Sweet Bianca, take me this work out.
You. Whence came this? This is some token from near friend? To the felt absence, now I feel a cause. It's come to this. Well,
Go to, woman. Throw your wild guesses in the devil's teeth from whence you have them. You are jealous now that this is from some mistress, some remembrance. No, in good troth, Bianca.
why? Who is it?
I know not neither. I found it in my chamber. I'd like the work well. Ere it be demanded, as like enough it will, I would have it copied. Take it and do it, and leave me for this time.
Leave you? Wherefore?
I do attend here on the general, and think it no addition nor my wish to have him see me womaned.
Why? I pity you,
Not that I love you not.
but that you do not love me. I pray you bring me on the way a little, and say I shall see you soon at night.
'Tis but a little way that I can bring you, for I attend here, but I'll see you soon.
It's very good. I must be circumstanced.
Okay, 5-minute break, everybody. So you come back at 9:50.
Well, it's actually about 9:47 right now, so about 9:52 for 5 minutes. So give me 5 minutes to talk about the Instant Shakespeare Company, because once we've got a live stream going, we can't really stop. So, but yeah, this is going great. Thank you so much, guys. This is fun. We're not at the halfway point. We're more than halfway. We're at about the sort of 2/3 mark. Just to let you know, since it is a tragedy, and we do the entire folio text, which is a lot longer. Which is, let me see, I do actually have all of these things here. 3,685 lines in total in Othello, which is not up there at the top with Hamlet, but it is up there. So, it's we've got more Shakespeare, still more Shakespeare to do to get through the end of our marathon for this, our 25th season. With this weekend, we've got two things. We've got a Zoom Troilus and Cressida on Saturday at 1 p.m. And we also then on Sunday at 1:30, we have an in-person reading at the Jefferson Market Library down in Greenwich Village of The Merchant of Venice. And then next week on Saturday the 23rd, we will have Henry VIII, and then on Saturday the 30th we'll have Cymbeline, and I think there's other things as well, but coming up after that, I don't know that we have other Thursday readings, but anyways, so. One of the challenges of working from the first folio is the extra E's that are at the end of certain words. And in this play in particular, we have the word suit with an E at the end, which we nowadays read as the word sweet. But sometimes it's a difficult thing with the E's in the folio, because there are ones like that which will throw off the pronunciation of the word, and a lot of them should be ignored, but sometimes they can be pronounced. But what is useful, I think, in the folio is that when you have something where you have an ed at the end of the word, in a lot of modern editions, like follow ed, where you're supposed to do it as the ed is another thing to pronounce, they'll put a little accent over it. But what you'll find in the folio often is if it's supposed to be pronounced, you'll have it spelled out with the ed, but if it's not, you'll just have it compressed, like delayed. Sometimes it'll be DELAY and then apostrophe D, or I think I saw one today where it was just with a D, and so that that there isn't that extra syllable in the in the verse. Although it's a way that you're able to get the preference in the first folio, which is why I like it so much, because in so many other modern editions, what they do is they regularize the spelling of all of the words, so you lose those clues. So that's one of the things why it's fun to do the folio. And what's also very interesting is that Othello was published in a quarto, but it was a quarto that wasn't published during Shakespeare's lifetime. It just came out like in 1622, the year before the folio did. And one of the things that's really interesting about it is that a lot of the difference is there's a lot less of Iago in it. He doesn't have as many of his things. So it's like, I think we've only done an actual reading of it once, because you miss a lot of Iago's juicy lines. So
Yeah, he has the second most lines after Hamlet in all of the canon.
Yep, that's right. And it's always sort of like a surprise, because in this play, that the play is Othello, but Iago actually gets to say more. But it can be a challenge to be able to make it really work well with that. So it is now 9:52. So I believe it's been the 5 minutes. And does anybody have any questions or comments before we resume? Or okay.
Acta Quartus, Scena Prima, enter Othello and Iago. Well, you think so?
Think so, Iago.
What, to kiss in private?
An unauthorized kiss.
Or to be naked with her friend in bed an hour or more, not meaning any harm?
Naked in bed, Iago, and not mean harm. It is hypocrisy against the devil that they mean virtuously, and yet to do so, the devil their virtue tempts, and then they tempt heaven.
If they do nothing, 'tis a venial slip. But if I give my wife a handkerchief,
what then?
Why, then 'tis hers, my lord, and being hers, she may, I think, bestow it on any man.
She is protectress of her honor too, may she give that.
Her honor is an essence that's not seen. They have it very oft that have it not, but for the handkerchief.
By heaven, I would most gladly have forgot it. Thou saidst, oh, it comes o'er my memory, as doth the raven o'er the infectious house, boarding to all he had my handkerchief.
Aye, what of that?
That's not so good now.
What if I had said I had seen him do you wrong, or heard him say, as knaves be such abroad, who, having by their own importunate suit, or voluntary dotage of some mistress, convinced or supplied them, cannot choose but they must blab.
Hath he said anything?
He hath, my lord, But be you well assured, no more than he'll unswear.
What hath he said?
Why, that he did. I know not what he did.
What?
Lie.
With her?
With her. On her. What you will.
Lie with her, lie on her. We say lie on her when they belie her. Lie with her, that's fulsome. Handkerchief, confessions, handkerchief, to confess and be hanged for his labor. First to be hanged, and then to confess. I tremble at it. Nature would not invest herself in such shadowing passion without some instruction. It is not words that shakes me thus. Pish, noses, ears, and lips is possible. Confess, handkerchief, devil.
Falls in a trance. We're gone. My medicine works. Thus credulous fools are caught, and many worthy and chaste dames even thus, all guiltless, meet reproach. What ho, my lord! My lord, I say, Othello! Enter Cassio. How now, Cassio?
What's the matter?
My lord has fallen into an epilepsy. This is his second fit. He had one yesterday.
Rub him about the temples.
The lethargy must have his quiet course. If not, he foams in mouth, and by breaks out to savage madness. Look, he stirs. Do you withdraw yourself a little while? He will recover straight. When he is gone, I would on great occasion speak with you. How is it, General? Have you not hurt your head?
Dost thou mock me?
I mock you not, by heaven. Would you would bear your fortune like a man?
A horned man's a monster and a beast.
There's many a beast then in a populous city, and many a civil monster.
Did he confess it?
Good sir, be a man. Think every bearded fellow that's but yoked may draw with you. There's millions now alive that nightly lie in those improper beds, which they dare swear peculiar. Your case is better. Oh, 'tis the spite of hell, the fiend's arch mock, to lip 'em wanton in a secure couch, and to suppose her chaste. No, let me know. And knowing what I am, I know what she shall be.
Oh, thou art wise, 'tis certain.
Stand you a while apart. Confine yourself but in a patient list. Whilst you are here, o'erwhelmed with your grief, passion most resulting such a man, Cassio came hither. I shifted him away and laid good excuses upon your ecstasy, bade him anon return, and here speak with me the which he promised. Do but encave yourself and mark the fleers, the jibes, and notable scorns that dwell in every region of his face. For I will make him tell the tale anew, where, how oft, how long ago, and when he hath and is again to cope your wife. I say, but mark his gesture. Marry patience, or I shall say all in spleen, and nothing of a man.
Dost thou hear, Iago? I will be found most cunning in my patience. But dost thou hear most bloody?
That's not amiss. But yet, keep time and all. Will you withdraw? Now will I question Cassio of Bianca, a huswife that by selling her desires buys herself bread and cloth. It is a creature that dotes on Cassio, as 'tis the strumpet's play to beguile many and be beguiled by one. He, when he hears of her, cannot restrain from the excess of laughter. Here he comes. Enter Cassio. As he shall smile, Othello shall go mad, and his unbookish jealousy must conserve poor Cassio's smiles, gestures, and light behaviors quite in the wrong. How do you, Lieutenant?
The worser, that you give me the addition whose want even kills me.
Ply Desdemona well, and you are sure on it. Now, if this suit lay in Bianca's dower, how quickly should you speed?
Alas, poor caitiff.
Sorry. Look how he laughs already.
I never knew woman loved men so.
Alas, poor rogue. I think indeed she loves me.
Now he denies it faintly and laughs it aloud.
Do you hear, Cassio?
Now he importunes him to tell it or go to, well said, well said.
She gives it out that you shall marry her. Do you intend it?
Do ye triumph, Roman? Do you triumph?
I marry? What, a customer? Prithee bear some charity to my wit. Do not think it so unwholesome.
So, they laugh. That wins.
Why, the cry goes that you marry her.
Prithee say true.
I am a very villain else.
Have you scored me? Well,
This is the monkey's own giving out. She is persuaded I will marry her out of her own love and flattery, not out of my promise.
Iago becomes me. Now he begins the story.
She was here even now. She haunts me in every place. I was the other day talking on the sea bank with certain Phoenicians, and thither comes the bauble, and falls me thus about my neck.
Crying, oh dear Cassio, as it were, his gesture imports it.
So hangs and lolls and weeps upon me, so shakes and pulls me.
Now he tells how she plucked him to my chamber. Oh, I see that nose of yours, but not that dog I shall throw it to.
Well, I must leave her company.
Before me. Look where she comes. Enter Bianca.
'Tis such another fichu. Marry, a perfumed one. What do you mean by this haunting of me?
Let the devil and his damn haunt you. What did you mean by that same handkerchief you gave me even now? I was a fine fool to take it. I must take out the work, a likely piece of work, that you should find it in your chamber, and know not who left it there. This is some means token, and I must take out the work? There, give it to your hobby horse, wheresoever you had it, and take it, no work at all.
Oh, how now, my sweet Bianca? How now, how now?
By heaven, that should be my handkerchief.
If you'll come to support tonight, you may. If you will not, come when you are next prepared for.
Exit. After her.
I must. She'll rail in the street else.
Will you sup there?
Yes, I intend so.
Well, I may chance to see you, for I would very fain speak with you.
Prithee, come, will you?
Go to, say no more.
How shall I murder him, Iago?
Did you perceive how he laughed at his vice?
Oh, Iago.
And did you see the handkerchief?
Was that mine?
Yours, by this hand. And to see how he prizes the foolish woman, your wife. She gave it him, and he hath given it his whore.
I would have him 9 years a-killing, a fine woman, a fair woman, a sweet woman.
Nay, you must forget that.
Aye, let her rot and perish and be damned tonight, for she shall not live. No, my heart is turned to stone. I strike it, and it hurts my hand. Oh, the world hath not a sweeter creature. She might lie by an emperor's side and command him tasks.
Nay, that's not your way.
Hang her! I do but say what she is. So delicate with her needle, an admirable musician. Oh, she will sing the savageness out of a bear of so high and plenteous wit and invention.
She's the worse for all this.
Oh, 1,000 times, and then of so gentle a condition.
Aye, too gentle.
Nay, that's certain. But yet the pity of it, Iago. Oh, Iago, the pity of it, Iago.
If you are so fond over her iniquity, give her patent to offend, for if it touch not you, it comes near nobody.
I will chop her into messes, cuckold me.
Oh, 'tis foul in her.
With mine officer.
That's fouler.
Get me some poison, Iago, this night. I'll not expostulate with her, least her body and beauty unprued. My mind again, this night, Iago.
not with poison. Strangle her in her bed. Even the bed she hath contaminated.
Good. Good. The justice of it pleases. Very good.
And for Cassio, let me be his undertaker. You shall hear more by midnight.
Excellent good. What trumpet is that same?
Enter Ludovico, Desdemona in attendance. I warrant something from Venice. 'Tis Ludovico, this comes from the Duke. See your wife's with him.
Isn't that Ken Ludovico?
Yeah.
You there?
Ken, are you there?
I'll jump in. Save you, worthy general.
With all my heart, sir.
The Duke and the senators of Venice greet you.
I kiss the instrument of their pleasures.
And what's the news, good cousin Lodovico?
I am very glad to see you, Signor. Welcome to Cyprus.
I thank you. How does Lieutenant Cassio?
Live, sir.
Cousin, there has fallen between him and my lord an you shall make all well.
Are you sure of that?
My lord?
This fail you not to do as you will.
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
He did not call. He's busy in the paper. Is there division twixt my lord and Cassio?
A most unhappy one. I would do much to earn them, but for the love I bear to Cassio.
Fire and brimstone.
My lord,
Are you wise?
what is he angry?
Maybe the letter moved him, for as I think they do command him home, deputing Cassio in his government.
Trust me, I'm glad on it.
Indeed.
My lord?
I am glad to see you mad.
Why, sweet Othello?
Devil.
I have not deserved this.
My lord, this would not be believed in Venice, though I should swear I saw it. 'Tis very much. Make her amend, she weeps.
Oh, devil, devil. If that the earth could teem with women's tears, each drop she falls would prove a crocodile out of my sight.
I will not stay to offend you.
Truly an obedient lady, I do beseech your lordship call her back.
Mistress,
My lord.
what would you with her, sir?
Who, I, my lord?
Aye, you did wish that I would make her turn. Sir, she can turn, and yet go on and turn again. And she can weep, sir, weep. And she's obedient, as you say, obedient, very obedient. Proceed you in your tears. Concerning this, sir, oh well, painted passion I am commanded home. Get you away. I'll send for you anon. Sir, I obey the mandate and will return to Venice. Hence, avaunt! Cassio shall have my place, and sir, tonight I do entreat that we may sup together. You are welcome, sir, to Cyprus, goats and monkeys.
Exit.
Is this the noble Moor whom our full senate call all and all sufficient? Is this the nature whom passion could not shake, whose solid venue the shot of accident nor dart of chance could neither graze nor pierce?
He is much changed.
Are his wits safe? Is he not light of brain?
Is that he is. I may not breath my censure, but he might be. If what he might, he is not. I would to heaven he were.
What, strike his wife?
Faith, that was not so well. Yet when I knew what that stroke would prove the worst.
Is it his use? Or did the letters work upon his blood and new create his fault?
Alas, alas. It is not honesty in me to speak what I have seen and known. You shall observe him, and his own courses will denote him so, that I may save my speech. Do but go after and mark how he continues.
I am sorry that I am deceived in him.
Exeunt. Scena secunda. Enter Othello and Emilia.
You have seen nothing, then?
No ever heard. nor ever did suspect.
Yes, you have seen Cassio and she together.
Then I saw no harm, and then I heard each syllable that breath made up between them.
What? Did they never whisper,
Never, my lord,
or send you out of the way?
never,
To fetch her fans, her gloves, her mask, nor nothing?
never, my lord.
Strange.
I durst, my lord, to wager she is honest. Lay down my soul at stake. If you think other, remove your thought. It doth abuse your bosom. If any wretch have put this in your head, let heaven requite it with a serpent's curse. For if she be not honest, chaste, and true, there's no man happy. The purest of their wives is foul as slander.
Bid her come hither. Go. She says enough. Yet she's a simple bawd that cannot say much. This is a subtle whore, a closeted lock and key of villainous secrets, and yet she'll kneel and pray I've seen her do it.
Enter Desdemona and Emilia.
My lord, what is your will?
Pray you, Chuck, come hither.
What is your pleasure?
Let me see your eyes. Look in my face.
What horrible fancy is this?
Some of your function, mistress. Leave procreants alone and shut the door. Cough or cry ham if any body come. Your mystery, may dispatch.
Upon my knee, what does your speech import? I understand the fury in your words.
Why, what art thou?
Your wife, my lord, your true and loyal wife.
Come, swear it, damn thyself, least being like one of heaven, the devils themselves should fear and cease thee. Therefore be double damned, swear thou art honest.
Heaven does truly know it.
Heaven truly knows that thou art false as hell.
To whom, my lord? With whom? How am I false?
Desdemona, away, away, away.
Last a heavy day, why do you weep? Am I the motive of these tears, my lord? If haply you, my father too, suspect an instrument of this your calling back, lay not your blame on me. If you have lost him, I have lost him too.
Had it pleased heaven to try me with affliction, had they rained all kind of sores and shames on my bare head, steeped me in poverty to the very lips given to captivity, me and my utmost hopes, I should found in some place of my soul a drop of patience. But alas, to make me the fixed figure for the time of scorn to point his slow and moving finger at. Yet I could bear that too very well, very well. But where I have garnered up my heart, where either I must live or bear no life, the fountain from the which my current runs, or else dries up, to be discarded thence, or keep it as a cistern for foul toads to knot and gender in. Turn thy complexion there. Patience, thou young and rose-lipped cherubin, I here look grim as hell.
I hope my noble lord esteems me honest.
Oh, aye, as summer's flies are in the shambles that quicken even with blowing. O thou weed, who art so lovely fair and smell'st so sweet, that the sense aches at thee, would thou hadst been never born.
Alas, what ignorant sin have I committed?
Was this fair paper, this most goodly book made to writ whore upon? What committed? O thou public commoner, I should make the very forges of my cheeks that would to cinders burn up modesty, did I but speak thy deeds. What committed? Heaven stopped the nose at it, and the moon winks. The body wind that kisses all it meets is hushed within the hollow mine of earth, and will not hear it. What committed?
By heaven, you do me wrong.
Are you not a strumpet?
No, as I am a Christian, if to preserve this vessel for my lord from any other foul unlawful touch be not to be a strumpet, I am none.
What? Not a whore?
No, as I shall be saved.
Is't possible?
Heaven forgive us.
I cry you mercy then. I took you for that cunning whore of Venice that married with Othello. You, mistress, that have the office opposite to Saint Peter and keeps the gate of hell. You, you. We have done our course. There's money for your pains. I pray you turn the key and keep your counsel.
Alas, what does this gentleman conceive? How do you, madam? How do you, my good lady?
Faith, half asleep.
Good madam, what's the matter with my lord?
With who?
Why, with my lord, madam.
Who is thy lord?
He that is yours, sweet lady.
I have none. Do not talk to me, Amelia. I can't whip. Nor answers have I none. But what should go by water? Prithee tonight, lay on my bed my wedding sheets, remember, and call thy husband hither.
Here's a change indeed.
Exit.
Thus meet I should be used so very meet. How have I been behaved that he might stick the smallest opinion on my least misuse?
Enter Iago and Amelia. What is your pleasure, madam? How is it with you?
I cannot tell. Those that do teach young babes do it with gentle means and easy tasks. He might have cheated me so, for in good faith I am a child to cheating.
What is the matter, lady?
Alas, Iago, my lord hath so behorred her, thrown such despite and heavy terms upon her, that true hearts cannot bear it.
Am I that name, Iago?
What name, fair lady?
Such as she said my lord did say I was.
He called her whore. A beggar in his drink could not have laid such terms upon his callet.
Why did he so?
I do not know. I am sure I'm none such.
Do not weep, do not weep. Alas, the day.
Hath she forsook so many noble matches, her father and her country and her friends, to be called whore? Would it not make one weep?
It is my wretched fortune.
Beshrew him for it. How comes this trick upon him?
Nay, heaven does know.
I will be hanged if some eternal villain, some busy and insinuating rogue, some cogging, cousining slave to get some office hath not devised this slander. I will be hanged else.
Fie, there is no such man. It is impossible.
If any such there be, heaven pardon him.
A halter pardon him, and hell gnaw his bones. Why should he call her whore? Who keeps her company? What place? What time? What form? What likelihood? The more is abused by some most villainous knave, some base notorious knave, some scurvy fellow. Oh heavens, that such companions thou'st unfold to and put in every honest hand a whip to lash the rascals naked through the world, even from the east to the west.
Speak with endure.
Oh fie upon them! Some such squire he was that turned your wit, the seamy side without, and made you to suspect me with the more.
You're a fool. Go to him.
Lost Iago, what should I do to win my lord again? Good friend, go to him, for by the sleight of heaven, I know not how I lost him. Here I kneel. If e'er my will did trespass against his love, either in discourse of thought or actual deed, or that mine eyes, mine ears, or any sense delighted them, or any other form, or that I do not yet, and ever did, and ever will, though he do shake me off to beggarly divorcement, love him dearly, comfort forswear me, unkindness may do much, and his unkindness may defeat my life, but never taint my love. I cannot say whore, it does abhor me now I speak the word, to do the act that might the addition earn, not the world's mess of vanity could make me.
I pray you, be content. 'Tis but his humor. The business of the state does him offense.
If there were no other,
It is but so, I warrant. Hark, how these instruments summon to supper. The messengers of Venice stays the meat. Go in and weep not. All things shall be well. Exeunt Desdemona and Emilia. Enter Roderigo. How now, Roderigo?
Oh, I do not find that thou dealst justly with me.
What in the contrary?
Every day thou daffst me with some device, Iago, and rather it seems to me now keepst from me all convenience that supplies me with the least advantage of hope. I will indeed no longer endure it, nor am I yet persuaded to put up in peace what already I have foolishly suffered.
Will you hear me, Roderigo?
I have heard too much, and your words and performances are no kin together.
You charge me most unjustly.
With naught but truth, I have wasted myself out of my means. The jewels you have had from me to deliver Desdemona would have half corrupted a votarist. You have told me she hath received them, and returned me expectation and comforts of sudden respect and acquaintance, but I find none.
Well, go to. Very well.
Very well, go to. I cannot go to, man, nor 'tis not very well. Nay, I think it is scurvy, and to begin find myself fopped in it.
Very well.
I told you, 'tis not very well. I will make myself known to Desdemona. If she will return me my jewels, I will give over my suit and repent my unlawful solicitation. If not, assure yourself I will seek satisfaction of you.
You have said now.
Aye, and said nothing but what I protest intendment of doing.
Why, now I see there's metal in thee. And even from this instant do build on thee a better opinion than ever before. Give me thy hand, Roderigo. Thou hast taken against me a most just exception, but yet I protest I have dealt most directly in thy affair.
It hath not appeared.
I grant, indeed, it hath not appeared, and your suspicion is not without wit and judgment. But, Roderigo, if thou hast that in thee indeed, which I have greater reason to believe now than ever, I mean purpose, courage, and valor, this night, show it. If thou the next night following enjoy not Desdemona, take me from this world with treachery and devise vengeance for my life.
Well, what is it? Is it within reason and compass?
Sir, there is a special commission come from Venice to depute Cassio in Othello's place.
Is that true? Why then Othello and Desdemona return again to Venice.
Oh no, he goes into Mauritania and taketh away with him the fair Desdemona, unless his abode be lingered here by some accident, wherein none can be so determinate as the removing of Cassio.
How do you mean removing him?
Why, by making him incapable of Othello's place, knocking out his brains.
And that you would have me to do?
Why? If you dare do yourself a profit and a right. He sups tonight with a harlotry, and thither will I go to him. He knows not yet of his honorable fortune. If you will watch his going thence, which I will fashion to fall out between 12 and 1, you may take him at your pleasure. I will be near to second your attempt. We shall fall between us. Come, stand not amazed at it, but go along with me. I will show you such a necessity in his death that you shall think yourself bound to put it on him. It is now high supper time, and the night grows to waste about it,
I will hear further reason for this.
and you shall be satisfied. Exeunt.
I do beseech you, sir, trouble yourself no further.
Pardon me, 'twill do me good to walk.
Madam, good night. I humbly thank your ladyship.
Your honor is most welcome.
Will you walk, sir? Oh, Desdemona, get you to bed on the instant. I will be returned forthwith. Dismiss your attendant there. Look to be done.
I will, my lord.
How goes it now? He looks gentler than he did.
He says he will return incontinent and has commanded me to go to bed and bid me to dismiss you.
Dismiss me?
It was his bidding. Therefore, good Amelia, give me my nightly wearing and adieu. We must not know displease him.
I would you had never seen him.
So would I not. My love does so approve him, that even his stubbornness, his checks, his frowns, pretty unpin me, have grace and favor.
I have laid those sheets you bade me put on the bed.
All's good. Good father, how foolish are our minds. If I do die before, prithee showed me in one of these same sheets.
Come, you talk.
My mother had a maid called Barbary. She was in love, and she loved proved mad, and did forsake her. She had a song of willow, an old thing was, but it expressed her fortune, and she died singing it. That song tonight will not go from my mind. I have much to do, but go hang my head all at one side and sing it like poor Barbary, pretty dispatch.
Shall I go fetch your nightgown?
No, unpin me here. This Lodovico is a proper man.
A very handsome man.
He speaks well.
I know a lady in Venice would have walked barefoot to Palestine for a touch of his nether lip.
The poor soul sat singing by a sycamore tree, sing all a green willow, her hand on her bosom, her head on her knee, sing willow, willow, willow. The fresh streams ran by her and murmured her moans, sing willow. And see, her salt tears fell from her and softened the stones, sing willow. Willow, willow, pretty thy high thee, he will come anon. Sing all, a green willow must be my garland. Let nobody blame him. His scorn I approve. Nay, that's not next. Hark, who is that knocks?
It's the wind.
I called my love false love, but what said he then? Sing willow, if I court mo woman, you will couch with mo man. So get thee gone, good night, mine's eyes to itch. Does that bode weeping?
'Tis neither here nor there.
I've heard it is said so. Oh, these men. Does thou in conscience think, tell me, Amelia, that there be women to abuse their husbands in such gross kind?
There be some such, no question.
Wouldst thou do such a deed for all the world?
Why would not you?
No, by this heavenly light.
Nor I neither, by this heavenly light. I might do it as well in the dark.
Wouldst thou do such a deed for all the world?
The world's a huge thing. It is a great price for a small vice.
In truth, I think thou wouldst not.
In truth, I think I should, and undo't when I had done. Marry, I would not do such a thing for a joint ring, nor for measures of lawn, nor for gowns, petticoats, nor caps, nor any petty exhibition. But for all the whole world. Why, who would not make her husband cuckold to make him a monarch? I should venture purgatory for it.
Beshrew me, if I would do such a wrong for the whole world.
Why, the wrong is but a wrong in the world, and having the world for your labor, 'tis a wrong in your own world, and you might quickly make it right.
I do not think there is any such woman.
Yes, a dozen, and as many to the vantage as would store the world they played for. But I do think it is their husbands' faults if wives do fall. Say that they slack their duties and power our treasures into foreign laps, or else break out in peevish jealousies, throwing restraint upon us, or say they strike us, or scant our former having in despite. Why, we have gals, and though we have some grace, yet have we some revenge. Let husbands know their wives have sense like them. They see and smell and have their palates, both for sweet and sour, as husbands have. What is it that they do, that they change us for others? Is it sport? I think it is. And doth affection breed it? I think it doth. Is it frailty that thus errs? It is so too. And have not we affections, desires for sport and frailty, as men have? Then let them use us well, else let them know the ills we do, their ills instruct us so.
Good night, good night. Heaven me such uses send, not to pick bad from bad, but by bad mend.
At the Quintus Scena Prima enter Iago and Rodrigo. Here, stand behind this bark. Straight will he come. Wear thy good rapier bare and put it home. Quick, quick, fear nothing. I'll be at thy elbow. It makes us or it mars us. Think on that, and fix most firm thy resolution.
Be near at hand, I may miscarry in it.
Here, at thy hand. Be bold, and take thy stand.
I have no great devotion to the deed, and yet he hath given me satisfying reasons. 'Tis but a man gone. Forth my sword, he dies.
I have rubbed this young quat almost to the sense, and he grows angry. Now, whether he kill Cassio, or Cassio him, or each do kill the other, every way makes my gain. Live, Roderigo. He calls me to a restitution large of gold and jewels that I bought from him as gifts to Desdemona. It must not be. If Cassio do remain, he hath a daily beauty in his life that makes me ugly. And besides, the more may unfold me to him. There stand I in much peril. No, he must die. But so, I heard him coming. Enter Cassio.
I know his gait. 'Tis he! Villain, thou diest!
That thrust had been mine enemy indeed, but that my coat is better than thou knowest. I will make proof of thine.
Oh, I am slain!
I am maimed forever. Help, ho! Murder! Murder!
Enter Othello.
The voice of Cassio. Iago keeps his word.
Oh, villain that I am!
Is even so.
Oh, help, ho! Light, a surgeon!
'Tis he. O brave Iago, honest and just, thou hast such noble sense of thy friend's wrongs, thou teachest me. Minion, your dear lies dead, and your unblessed fate highs. Strumpet, I come, for of my heart those charms thine eyes are blotted. Thy bed lust-stained shall with lust's blood be spotted.
Exit Othello. Enter Lodovico and Gratiano.
What ho! No watch! No passage! Murder! Murder!
'Tis some mischance, the voice is very direful.
Oh, help!
Hark!
Oh, wretched villain!
2 or 3 groan. 'Tis heavy night. These may be counterfeits. Let's think it unsafe to come into the cry without more help.
Nobody come, then shall I bleed to death.
Hark!
Here's one in his shirt with light and weapons.
Who's there? Whose noise is this that cries on murder?
We do not know.
Do not you hear a cry?
Here, here! For heaven's sake, help me!
What's the matter?
This is Othello's ancient, as I take it.
The same indeed, a very valiant fellow.
What are you here that cry so grievously?
Iago! Oh, I am spoiled, undone by villains. Give me some help.
Oh, me, Lieutenant! What villains have done this?
I think that one of them is hereabout and cannot make away.
Oh, treacherous villainies! What are you there? Come in and give some help.
Oh, help me there!
That's one of them.
Oh, murderous slave! Oh, villain!
Oh, damn Diego! Oh, inhuman dog!
Kill men in the dark? Where be these bloody thieves? How silent is this town? Ho! Murder! Murder! What may you be? Are you good or evil?
As you shall prove us, praise us.
Signor Lodovico?
He, sir.
I cry you mercy. Here's Cassio, hurt by villains.
Cassio?
How is it, brother?
My leg is cut in two.
Marry, heaven forbid. Light, gentlemen, I'll bind it with my shirt. Enter Bianca.
What is the matter? Who is that cried?
Who is that cried?
Oh, my dear Cassio, my sweet Cassio. Oh, Cassio, Cassio, Cassio.
No, notable strumpet. Cassio, may you suspect who they should be that have thus mangled you?
No.
I am sorry to find you thus. I have been to seek you.
Let me a garter. So. Oh, for a chair to bear him easily hence.
Alas, he said, oh, Cassio, Cassio, Cassio.
Gentlemen all, I do suspect this trash to be a party in this injury. Patience a while, Cassio. Come, come, let me a light. Know we this face or no? Alas, my friend, and my dear countryman, Roderigo? No. Yes, sure. Yes, 'tis Roderigo.
Oh, what? Of Venice?
Even he, sir. Did you know him?
Know him? Aye.
Signor Gratiano? I cry your gentle pardon. These bloody accidents must excuse my manners that so neglected you.
I am glad to see you.
How do you, Cassio? Oh, a chair, a chair!
Roderigo.
He, 'tis he. Oh, that's well said, the chair. Some good man bear him carefully from hence. I'll fetch the general surgeon. For you, mistress, save you your labor. He that lies slain here, Cassio, was my dearest friend. What malice was between you?
None in the world. Nor do I know the man.
What? Look you pale? Oh, bear him to the air. Stay, you good gentlemen. Look you pale, mistress? Do you perceive the ghastness of her eye? Nay, if you stare, we shall hear more anon. Behold her well. I pray you, look upon her. Do you see, gentlemen? Nay, guiltiness will speak, though tongues are out of use.
You're muted.
Alas, what is the matter? What is the matter, husband?
Cassio here hath been set on in the dark by Roderigo and fellows that are scaped. He's almost slain, and Roderigo quite dead.
Alas, good gentleman. Alas, good Cassio.
This is the fruits of whoring. Prithee, Amelia, go know of Cassio where he supped tonight. What, do you shake at that?
He stopped at my house, but I therefore shake not.
Oh, did he so? I charge you go with me.
Oh, fie upon thee, strumpet.
What trumpet, but of life as honest as you that thus abuse me.
As I fie upon thee.
Kind gentlemen, let's go see poor Cassio dressed. Come, mistress, you must tell us another tale. Emilia, run you to the citadel and tell my lord and lady what hath happened. Will you go on afore? This is the night that either makes me or fordoes me quite. Exeunt. Scena secunda, enter Othello and
It is the cause, my soul. Let me not name it to you, you chaste stars. It is the cause. Yet I'll not shed her blood, nor scar that whiter skin of hers than snow, and smooth as monumental alabaster. Yet she must die, else she'll betray more men. Put out the light, and then put out the light. If I quench thee, thou flaming minister, I can again thy former light restore, should I repent me. But once put out thy light, thou cunning pattern of excelling nature, I know not where is that Promethean heat that can thy light relume. When I have plucked the rose, thy rose, I cannot give it vital growth again. its needs must wither. I'll smell thee on the tree. O balmy breath, thou dost almost persuade justice to break her sword. One more, one more. Be thus when thou art dead, and I will kill thee and love thee after. One more, and that's the last. So sweet was ne'er so fatal. I must weep, but they are cruel tears. The sorrow's heavenly, it strikes where it doth love. She wakes.
Who's there? Othello?
Ay, Desdemona.
Will you come to bed, my lord?
Have you prayed tonight, Desdemona?
Ay, my lord.
If you bethink yourself of any crime unreconciled as yet to heaven and grace, solicit for it straight.
Alack, my lord, what may you mean by that?
Well, do it and be brief. I will walk by. I would not kill thy unprepared spirit. No heavens forfend, I would not kill thy soul.
Talk you of a killing?
Aye, aye, I do.
Then heaven may mercy on me.
Amen with all my heart.
If you say, I hope you will not kill me.
Hmm.
And yet I fear you. For you are fatal then when your eyes roll so. Why I should fear I know not, since guiltiness I know not, but yet I fear.
Think on thy sins.
They are loves I bear to you.
Aye, and for that thou diest.
That death is unnatural, that kills for loving. Alas, why gnaw you so your nether lip? Some bloody passion shakes your very frame. These are portents, but yet I hope they do not point on me.
Peace, and be still.
I will so. What's the matter?
That handkerchief which I so loved and gave thee, thou gavest to Cassio.
No, by my life and soul, send for the man and ask him.
Sweet soul, take heed. Take heed of perjury, thou art on thy deathbed.
Ay, but not yet to die.
Presently. Therefore confess thee freely of thy sin, for to deny each article with oath cannot remove nor choke the strong conception that I do groan withal. Thou art to die.
Heaven have mercy on me.
I say amen.
And have you mercy too. I never did offend you in my life, never loved Cassio, but with such general warranty of heaven, as I might love, I never gave him token.
By heaven, I saw my handkerchief in's hand. O perjured woman, thou dost stone my heart and makes me call what I intend to do a murder, which I thought a sacrifice. I saw the handkerchief.
He found it then. I never gave it him. Send for him hither. Let him confess the truth.
He hath confessed
What, my lord?
that he hath used thee.
How? Unlawfully?
Aye?
He will not say so.
No. His mouth is stopped. Honest Iago hath ta'en ord for it.
Oh, my fear interprets. What is it, Dad?
Had all his heirs been lives, my great revenge had stomach for them all.
Lost, he is betrayed, and I undone.
Out, strumpet, weepst thou for him to my face?
Banish me, my lord, but kill me not.
Down, strumpet.
Kill me tomorrow. Let me leave tonight.
Nay, if you strive.
Half an hour.
Being done, there is no pause.
But while I say one prayer.
It is too late.
My lord, what ho! My lord, my lord.
What noise is this? Not dead, not yet quite dead. I that am cruel am yet merciful, I would not have thee linger in thy pain, so.
What ho, my lord, my lord.
Who's there?
Oh, good, my lord, I would speak a word with you.
Yes, 'tis Amelia. By and by, she's dead. 'Tis like she comes to speak of Cassio's death. That noise was high, ha, no more moving. Still as the grave. Shall she come in? Wor't good? I think she stirs again. No, what best to do? If she come in, she'll sure speak to my wife. My wife, my wife, what wife? I have no wife. Oh, insupportable! Oh, heavy hour! Methinks it should be now a huge eclipse of sun and moon, and that the frighted globe did yawn at alteration.
I do beseech you that I may speak with you. Oh, good my lord.
I had forgot thee. Oh, come in, Amelia. Soft. By and by, let me the curtains draw. Where art thou? What's the matter with thee now?
Enter
Oh,
Amelia.
my good lord. Yonder's foul murder's done.
What? Now?
But now, my lord,
It is the very error of the moon. She comes more nearer to the earth, nearer earth than she was wont, and makes men mad.
Cassio, my lord, hath killed a young Venetian called Roderigo.
Roderigo killed, and Cassio killed.
Oh, Cassio is not killed.
Not Cassio killed. Then murder's out of tune, and sweet revenge grows harsh.
Oh, falsely murdered.
Lass, what cry is that?
That? What?
Out! And alas, that was my lady's voice. Help! Help! Oh, help! Oh, lady, speak. Yes, Simona, oh, sweet mistress, speak.
A guiltless death I die.
Oh, who hath done this deed?
Nobody. I myself. Farewell. Commend me to my kind lord. Oh, farewell.
What?
Why,
How could she be
how
murdered?
should she be murdered?
Alas, who knows?
You hear her say herself, it was not I.
She said so. I must needs report the truth.
She's like a liar gone to burning hell. 'Twas I that killed her.
Oh, the more angel, she and you, the blacker devil.
She turned to folly, and she was a whore.
Thou dost belie her, and thou art a devil.
It's false as water.
Thou art rash as fire to say that she was false. Oh, she was heavenly true.
Cassio did top her. Ask thy husband else. Oh, I were damned beneath all depth in hell, but that I did proceed upon just grounds to this extremity. Thy husband knew it all.
My husband?
Thy husband.
That she was false to wedlock?
I, with Cassio. Has she been true, if heaven would make me such another world, of one entire and perfect chrysolite, I'll not have sold her for it.
My husband?
Aye, 'twas he that told me on her first. An honest man he is, and hates the slime that sticks on filthy deeds.
My husband?
What needs this utterance, woman? I say thy husband.
Oh, mistress, villainy hath made mocks with love. My husband say she was false?
He, woman, I say thy husband, does not understand the word. My friend, thy husband, honest Iago.
If he say so, may his pernicious soul rot half a grain a day. He lies to the heart. She was too fond of her most filthy bargain. Do thy wotst. This deed of thine is no more worthy heaven than thou wast worthy her.
Peace, you were best.
Thou hast not half that power to do me harm as I have to be hurt. O gull, O dolt, as ignorant as dirt, thou hast done a deed I care not for thy sword. I'll make thee known, though I lost 20 lives. Help! Help! Oh, help! The Moor hath killed my mistress. Murder! Murder!
Enter Montano, Gratiano, and Iago.
What is the matter? How now, General?
Are you come, Iago? You have done well. That men must lay their murders on your neck.
What is the matter?
Disprove this villain if thou be'st a man. He says thou told him that his wife was false. I know thou didst not. Thou art not such a villain. Speak, for my heart is full.
I told him what I thought, and told no more than what he himself found himself was apt and true.
But did you ever tell him she was false?
I did.
You told a lie, an odious damned lie. On my soul, a lie, a wicked lie. She false with Cassio? Did you say with Cassio?
See you, mistress? Go to, charm your tongue.
I will not charm my tongue. I am bound to speak. My mistress here lies murdered in her bed,
Oh, heavens forfend!
Heavens forfend!
and your reports have set the murder on.
Nay, stare not, masters, it is true indeed.
'Tis a strange truth.
Oh, monstrous act!
Villainy, villainy, villainy! I think upon it, I think I smelt. Oh, villainy, I thought so then. I'll kill myself for grief. Oh, villainy, villainy!
What? Are you mad? I charge you, get you home.
Gentlemen, let me have leave to speak. 'Tis proper I obey him, but not now. Perchance, Iago, I will ne'er go home.
Ho, 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 ho.
Lay thee down and roar, for thou hast killed the sweetest innocent that e'er did lift up eye.
Oh, she was foul. I scarce did know you, uncle. There lies your niece, whose breath indeed these hands have newly stopped. I know this act shows horrible and grim.
Poor Desdemone, I am glad thy father's dead. Thy match was mortal to him, and pure grief shore his old thread in twain. Did he live now, this sight would make him do a desperate turn, yea, curse his better angel from his side and fall to reprobance.
'Tis pitiful. But yet Iago knows that she with Cassio hath the act of shame 1,000 times committed. Cassio confessed it, and she did gratify his amorous works with that recognizance and pledge of love which I first gave her. I saw it in his hand. It was a handkerchief, an antique token my father gave my mother.
Oh heavenly powers!
Hold your peace.
Twill out. I peace? No, I will speak as liberal as the north. Let heaven and men and devils, let them all cry shame against me, yet I'll speak.
Be wise and get you home.
I will not.
Why, your sword upon a woman?
Oh, thou dull Moor, that handkerchief thou speakst of, I found by fortune, and did give my husband. For often with a solemn earnestness, more than indeed belonged to such a trifle, he begged of me to steal it.
Villainous whore!
She give it Cassio? No, alas, I found it, and I did give it my husband.
Oh, thou liest!
By heaven, I do not, gentlemen. Oh, murderous coxcomb, why would such a fool do with so good a wife?
Are there no stones in heaven but what serves for the thunder? Precious villain!
The woman falls. Sure, he hath killed his wife.
I, oh, lay me by my mistress' side.
He's gone, but his wife is killed.
'Tis a notorious villain. Take you this weapon which I have recovered from the Moor. Come, guard the door without. Let him not pass, but kill him rather. I'll after that same villain, for 'tis a damned slave.
I am not valiant neither. But every puny whisper gets my sword. But why should honor outlive honesty? Let it all go.
What did thy song bode, lady? Harks, canst thou hear me? I will play the swan and die in music. Willow, willow, willow. Moor, she was chaste. She loved thee, cruel Moor. So come, my soul, to bliss, as I speak truth. So speaking as I think, alas, I die.
I have another weapon in this chamber. It was a sword of Spain, the ice brook's temper. Oh, here it is. Uncle, I must come forth.
Thou attempt it, it will cost thee dear. Thou hast no weapon, and perforce must suffer.
Look in upon me then, and speak with me, or naked as I am, I will assault thee.
What is the matter?
Behold, I have a weapon. A better never did itself sustain upon a soldier's thigh. I have seen the day that with this little arm and this good sword I have made my way through more impediments than 20 times your stop. But oh, vain boast, who can control his fate? 'Tis not so now. Be not afraid, though you do see me weaponed. Here is my journey's end. Here is my but and very sea mark of my utmost sail. Do you go back dismayed? 'Tis the lost fear man but a rush against Othello's breast, and he retires. Where should Othello go? Now, how dost thou look now? O ill-starred wench, pale as thy smock, when we shall meet at Compt, and this look of thine will hurl my soul from heaven, and fiends will snatch at it. Cold, cold, my girl, even like thy chastity. O cursed, cursed slave, whip me, ye devils, from the possession of this heavenly sight. Blow me about in winds, roast me in sulphur, wash me in steeped down gulfs of liquid fire. O Desdemona, dead, Desdemona, dead. Oh, oh.
Where is this rash and most unfortunate man?
That's he that was Othello. Here I am.
Where is that viper? Bring the villain forth.
I look down towards his feet, but that's a fable. If that thou be'st a devil, I cannot kill thee.
Wrench his sword from him.
I bleed, sir, but not killed.
I am not sorry neither. I'll have thee live, for in my sense 'tis happiness to die.
Oh, thou Othello, that was once so good, fallen in the practice of a cursed slave, what shall be said to thee?
Why, anything. An honorable murderer, if you will, for naught I didn't hate, but all in honor.
This wretch hath part confessed his villainy. Did you and he consent in Cassio's death?
Aye.
Dear General, I never gave you cause.
I do believe it, and I ask your pardon. Will you, I pray, demand that demi-devil why he hath thus ensnared my soul and body?
Demand me nothing. But you know. From this time forth, I never will speak word.
What, not to pray?
Torment will ope your lips.
Well, thou dost best.
Sir, you shall understand what hath befallen, which as I think you know not. Here is a letter found in the pocket of the slain Roderigo, and here another. The one of them imports the death of Cassio to be undertook by Roderigo.
Oh, villain.
Most heathenish and most gross.
Now here's another discontented paper found in his pocket too, and this it seems Roderigo meant to have sent this damned villain, but that belike Iago in the interim came in and satisfied him.
O thou pernicious caitiff! How came you, Cassio, by that handkerchief that was my wife's?
I found it in my chamber, and he himself confessed it, but even now, that there he dropped it for a special purpose, which wrought to his desire.
Oh, fool, fool, fool!
There is besides in Roderigo's letter how he upbraids Iago, that he made him brave me upon the watch, whereon it came that I was cast. And even but now he spake, after long seeming dead, Iago hurt him. Iago set him on.
You must forsake this room and go with us. Your power and your command is taken off, and Cassio rules in Cyprus. For this slave, if there be any cunning cruelty that can torment him much and hold him long, it shall be his. You shall close prisoner rest, till that the nature of your fault be known to the Venetian state. Come, bring away.
After you. A word or two before you go. I have done the state some service, and they note. No more of that. I pray you in your letters when you shall these unlucky deeds relate, speak of me as I am. Nothing extenuate nor set down aught in malice, then must you speak of one that loved not wisely, but too well, of one not easily jealous, but being wrought, perplexed in the extreme, of one whose hand, like the base Judean, threw a pearl away richer than all his tribe, of one whose subdued eyes, albeit unused to the melting mood, dropped tears as fast as the Arabian trees their medicinable gum. Set you down this, and say besides that Aleppo once, where a malignant and turbaned Turk beat a Venetian, introduced to the state, I took by the throat the circumcised dog, and smote him thus.
Oh,
Right.
bloody period.
All that is spoke is marred.
I kissed thee ere I killed thee, no way but this, killing myself to die upon a kiss.
This did I fear, but thought he had no weapon, for he was great of heart.
Oh, Spartan dog, more fell than anguish, hunger, or the sea, look on the tragic loading of this bed. This is thy work. The object poisons sight, let it be hid. Gratiano, keep the house and seize upon the fortunes of the Moor, for they succeed on you. To you, Lord Governor, remains the censure of this hellish villain, the time, the place, the torture. Oh, enforce it. Myself will straight aboard, and to the state this heavy act with heavy heart relate.
Exeunt. Fini.
Well done. Good job. Thank you. Thank you all very much. Darren, thank you. And Jennifer and Young and Andrew and Kitty and Marie and everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer, for putting this all together. Great job, everyone.
Jennifer. I just want to just point out, Amelia is one of my favorite parts of all time, and Kitty Chen, you hit a home run. Wonderfully done.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one of the great speeches, and it's like,
Yeah.
gives the speech to like a woman who's not even a noble woman, a servant, to really this great, wonderful insight into the human condition.
Yeah.
People died, right? I got confused.
What? You
And
died?
I died.
Yes. Yes, he
Indeed.
stabs you. We don't have a stage direction, but Iago I think in the quarter, maybe there's a stage direction that Iago stabs, and it's like, oh, she's fallen. It's like, yeah, she's fallen because he stabbed her. And
Yes, and
so but I also
Gratiano.
love the thing in this, at the very end, I just sort of noticed a thing. It's like, well, after Desdemona, she's been murdered and she's smothered, and you've like, she's dead. Okay, she's dead. I can let Amelia in. And then she comes and says a few more lines. And then later at the end, they have this thing with, and Rodrigo, after we thought he was dead for a while, he came up and said, Iago did it, Iago did it.
And Gratiano has the dopiest line in the entire play when he says, he's gone, but his wife's killed. Thanks, Gratiano. We really needed that step blow by blow retelling of what happened.
Yeah, so it's like, well, I mean, look, he just came in here and then
Yeah. You did.
and there we go. Nope, that's the wrong Cordo. But yes, this is a lot of fun, and it's such a wonderful play, and just it's just so because really Desdemona is such a sweetheart, and I mean, all she's trying to do is trying to help out Cassio, and
Marie
Yes,
Christine, we
fantastic.
had such a noble part together in the last play, and now look what's happened to us. It's terrible. We were royalty. We were a king and a queen last
We
time.
were.
Now look at us.
Now you're a drunk and
And
a
oh, yes.
Yeah.
there's a stage direction in the quarto that isn't in the folio. I am such a fool. Do what did after Amelia's line. The Moor runs at Iago. Iago kills his wife. And then are there no stones in heaven? So I mean, it's just that the folio didn't have that stage direction in there. But that's where it happens, and that's why you get Graziano's line about, "Oh look, well he's gone, but there's his wife."
I wanted to acknowledge the great Shakespearean Timothy West. I just found out he passed on 2 days ago.
Oh.
Who?
Timothy West, the father of another British acting dynasty, with his
Oh.
wife Prunella Scales and their son Samuel West.
Oh.
And
Oh.
yeah, he's gone now. I've seen him in two fantastic performances many years apart of Henry VIII as Cardinal Wolsey. And he's also Gloucester to Ian Holmes' King Lear. Terrific actor.
Yeah, he was with the RSC for a very long time, I believe.
Yeah.
I think he
was 90. His wife, who's 2 years older, many years ago, she was diagnosed with dementia. And she's continued to act. I don't know if she's still acting, 92 years old, but they say she can still go into Shakespearean sonnets and long speeches and still remember the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was just actually reading a thing about this story about when they, at one point back, I think in like the 60s or something, that the Royal Shakespeare, some members of the Royal Shakespeare, including like, I think Dorothy Tootin and Tony Church and Timothy West, performed for the Pope. And one of the things they brought with them on their tour was the folio, the first folio that the Royal Shakespeare Company had, and they sort of brought it out to the Pope to get him to bless it, and he just sort of took it and thought it was like a gift, and gave it to one of the followers. And so they had to fight to get it back before it ended up.
Take this.
The paper.
How do you ask the Pope for something like that back?
Yeah, but hey, no, look, I just was asking it for a blessing. I didn't mean to give it. So, but they did manage to get it back because, they are actually English, and it's like, we don't have to listen to you. You're the Pope.
That seemed to be a silly question. Did Iago get killed?
Yeah. Or
No.
he's
Oh,
not
no.
killed at the end. He's just
Injured.
under arrest.
Oh, I'm looking-
Cassio is charged with giving him torture forever.
Oh,
This
that's
is
just
just-
He should be.
Yeah.
He should be.
He will eventually die, yes.
he will
I'm just
eventually.
saying, if there's any cunning cruelty that can torment him much and hold him long.
Hold him long, yeah. Keep him alive as long as you
He
can.
doesn't have a word. He doesn't say a word toward the end. It's so odd. He would think that he would say something. Oh, from this time forth, I never will speak word.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Sissy such a version of the Miranda.
Of what?
Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. So he's takes the equivalent of the Fifth Amendment.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't shut up like that.
Although we do hear things off that he said, yeah, well, he talked about the handkerchief and explained, yeah, I dropped it in Cassio's place. But then he's like, oh no, I'm not gonna say anything more.
Oh, I'm remembering Timothy West was also the head of this company where Peter O'Toole did his notorious Macbeth around 1980, which was so horrendously bad he resigned over it because he didn't agree with a single thing that we're doing.
Oh. Wow.
I have a question. There is a sign, when there is a song that was being sung by Desdemona. What is that? What does this sign means? Do you know what I am talking about? If we go to the
Song Willow?
In the ampersand C, I think something to the effect of like repeating that part or going back to a part.
Okay, so that means repeat it.
Maybe Paul.
And chorus, I think, maybe.
And chorus. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
This was so much fun. Thank you again, Jennifer, so much.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you, Jennifer.
Thanks
Yes.
everybody for
Wonderful job, everyone. Yeah.
being
That's
here.
great job. It's nice meeting you, Darren. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank
Yeah,
you.
you have a
Thank you,
really,
everyone.
you have a really
Next
wonderful voice, Darren,
Thank
for
you.
Yeah.
that character. It was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You had a wonderful time, friends. Wonderful work
Thank
for
you.
you all.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Nice to see you again.
Bye.